Wednesday showcase game. We are here playing Icons with our DM Jason. Little housekeeping before we start. We would like to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, dbeyond.com, where you can find all sorts of 5e play material, including homebrew and official game material. In addition, we would also like to thank Lucky Dice Cafe and Station Retro, who are currently housing Captain Sack, who was one of our main DMs, here with Dire Bear Adventuring Company, and they are housing him from Wednesday to Sunday. If you're looking for a live game to play out in Huntsville, Alabama, you should go check him out. Little scheduling, and then we'll get right into this game. Tonight, of course, we have Icons. Tomorrow night, we have another episode of Curse of Strahd. Then we are off for the weekend, and we will be back Monday with our third episode of The Escorts, run by Captain Sack himself. And then we'll be back with Us for Genesis, run by our very own Jason. So, without further ado, where did we last leave off with these heroes? Vigilantes?
Alright, if I recall correctly, the twins were in a safe house. You had retreated to one that your parents had set up. But given one of the individuals you ran into, you decided that might not be safe. And I can't remember if you had gotten to another one or if you were in the process of setting up another one.
We were in the process of leaving.
I believe so, yeah. I think we were just leaving. Or we were going to go somewhere else, but we packed up what we had and we're on our way.
You may have packed up and been going to just hit a motel.
I think that was the plan.
For the night, at least.
My notepad with all my notes is over to out of reach.
Most of what I know about Osnadurta is that they put a tarp over him like a bird, and he just was quiet the whole time.
Yeah, we went to my hotel and we figured out sticking him in like a place where they wouldn't really bother him and put a tarp over him to make it look like, hey, don't bother this.
He's like sitting like this, like a chair.
I think they had put you in an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned.
Well, we went to an abandoned warehouse. I don't know if we finally moved him or not, but I know I went back to my house or hotel or something. But we probably could have left him there.
We had the twins together, and then Ozzy was with Detective Top and Phantom. Refresh my memory. Is it Detective Top that's got the occult and the investigate?
Yes.
Okay.
GM, I have a question.
Yes.
Did my thing refresh my determination point?
Yes, everybody's determination points will refresh.
Oh.
Will or has?
Too?
Has.
Has, okay. It's because I know it's like per what is it, scene, but I don't know where the scene transitions.
I can't remember if it's per scene or if it's per session.
I think it's per scene.
Yeah, it's possible.
Similar to how it works. I think it's just basically how it works in Fate, but I don't know.
So anyway, Detective Top, you had, and I think I mentioned this last time, but I'll refresh memories. You had found out through the rumor mill of kind of the occult community that there had been a robbery the same night as the fight at the research facility.
That sounds right.
Yeah, one of the things you were investigating was the fact that you were having these occult thefts kind of in sync with a lot of these tech companies being hit. There weren't as many of them. It wasn't every time a tech company got hit. But there was enough of them in the same cities at the same times that the fact that they're moving closer and closer to the EZ had you concerned. Since, according to the official report from the Sovereigns, it was some kind of mix of occult and high-tech that that caused the event, that caused the EZ. That you had a bunch of puzzle pieces, but you weren't quite sure how they went together yet. It's up to you if you share this with Phantom and Ozzy.
I'd probably be curious because he's from the EZ.
Well, he doesn't necessarily know that, though. The people he talked to last night did seem to be concerned that that was a possibility. Now, as far as
maybe, I was gonna say maybe eventually he'll piece it together that he's like, that sounds like where I'm from. Well, maybe not.
now the twins are, of course, unaware of this. You have only been following the tech thefts. If I suddenly blank, I've got lightning in the area. If I suddenly blank out, it's probably my power flicking.
Okay.
Just a heads up. Oh, yes, the twins. You don't know anything about the occult thefts. You had merely been following the tech and research spots that were being hit. However, you ended the last session kind of agitated. I mean, both of you were agitated, but I think Gladio was probably the worst.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Threatening to kill one of the
Storm chasers.
One of the storm chasers. That always ends well.
As you do.
The next day, there is some news reports about the theft. It talks about there being a superpowered fight, but it doesn't go into any details really. Merely, superpowered fight. It talks about the storm chasers arriving and arresting the culprits. There's no specific mention of or description of any of you.
Well, that's good.
It could be good for a while.
They do, however, debut 2 new team members. That night was essentially the first outing for 2 of their members. One was called Clavium, which is, of course, the name that the twins' mother used. She also seemed to display similar powers, similar if not the same powers.
Zipline, she thinkins.
The other is named Voltaic Storm. And the news reports don't call her a sidekick, but you kind of get that impression. Which could mean, they use the term trainee. Which could mean that she's brand new to her powers, or it could mean that she's underage and essentially just training with the team until she turns 18.
Superhero conscription, cool.
As far as you know, it would actually be voluntary.
Aussie wouldn't know shit, but yeah, fair enough.
Yes, yeah, that's true. He would not. As far as the rest of you know, yeah, they might bug you to join a team, but if you retire and actually, keep your ass at home, they tend to leave you alone. In fact, I want to say, was it Detective Top or Phantom that actually talked him into letting him go?
That'd be Top.
That was Top.
Okay.
Because Phantom decided to dunk in the
I
sewer.
promise I'll go home and never do this again. All right, I help other people escape.
Okay,
more
one
time.
time. Jesus.
Let's see. Twins, give me an awareness roll.
Awareness.
All right. Gladio doesn't notice this. Gladio's still just pissy and ranting about what he's going to do if this woman turns out not to be their mother, but have stolen her identity.
Fuck the book.
V, tell me one more time how to pronounce Bob's name.
Clepius.
Clepius?
Clepius.
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 Lepios.
One more time every episode. That's fine.
He's gonna get it right before we finish the campaign.
It's gonna be the last episode of the final boss fight.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Gets it tight.
So anyway, Gladio is just ranting. Clapius, you notice Clavum stands... Her and Captain Thunder tend to stand close to each other all the time. Just...
Okay.
It's just something you picked up on. It's just some body language there. It's like you're seeing some chemistry.
Dad's dead? No.
Yeah. You actually don't know one way or the other.
No. That's true.
Dad's
No.
dead. Mom's moved on with Captain Thunder. How fucking pretentious.
I'm not calling him Dad. He'll always be Jerry. No, I'm kidding.
You're not kidding about that one.
Oh, jeez.
Doesn't matter if his name's not even Jerry. He's just gonna get called Jerry.
Yeah, okay, sure, Jerry.
You're just gonna get to this big argument, and you're gonna slam a door and be like, "Fuck you, Jerry."
Pretty much.
And then you go on a series of Jerry Springers, and then you're trying to all get hugs together.
So it's completely up to you whether you mention this to Gladio or not.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna mention anything to him just yet.
That'd be a wise choice of action.
Yep. I don't need him to punch a TV or anything. I don't think that'll end well for either of our
Porcupine the
pockets. Porcupine the TV. Yeah, pretty much. It's basically what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and y'all just in a hotel right now, so you don't have to explain that to housekeeping.
Yeah.
The true convention experience.
The true bad convention experience.
Yes.
Nope. I'm not gonna point that out to Gladio. Because then he'll jump to conclusions, and then he's gonna want to go fight him, and then it's just... No. We're not fighting him right now.
He seemed really nice when you met him last night, I'm saying.
He's
I mean, for
probably great
for a
guy.
government stormtrooper, yeah, he's very polite.
Nope.
All right, as for the rest of you, you see the same footage. Now, did y'all eventually try to sneak Ozzy to somebody's hotel?
I mean,
Maybe
Ozzy can probably pretend to be like a loading bot or something.
Hey, what now?
He can probably pretend to be like a loading bot or something. Just like manual
Yeah,
labor or whatever.
Those aren't real common or anything.
It's still more. It's still less conspicuous than big ass superhero robot.
Except people are going to look at you and go, "That's a big ass robot." And
Either
those
way,
aren't-
yeah.
those usually
that's
pop
all-
up when heroes are around or villains are around.
Sure, but it could be. That's just the start. That's the beginning and the end of it. Oh, that's a big ass robot. Moves on with their day.
Probably better to
Or
move
they,
them through
or
the
they panic and
sewers.
call the police.
More than likely.
I just tase their phone.
You're just pointing at everyone's phone. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Just-
We're doing Shazam.
Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are like, what the heck's going on? We got all these phone warranties called in.
Spectrum sends a hitman after me.
All right, so
I don't know.
the next day, what do you want to investigate. Where are y'all going from here? What are y'all doing?
Well, last time I wanted to go look for the twins after because that was my goal last time. But
Right now, Phantom's trying to figure out how to move a really gigantic robot out of the city safely without getting caught.
Are they still like this?
He's in the
Then he
corner
gets the
under a
bright
car.
idea. Maybe we could stick you on a pedestal or something and say you're a piece of artwork. Move you that way.
I've told housekeeping that he's just a mannequin to leave the tarp on him.
Mm-hmm.
See, what you have to do is you have to get one of those hotel dolly thingies and just lug me around like that.
Yeah, good luck with me doing that.
It's just
Having
an option.
him sitting there like a thinker on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll go
Modern
to Lowe's and
art.
we'll steal one of those dollies without them knowing and then stick him on it.
Cover him in paper mache and tell anybody that looks at him funny that he's for a float and just keep rolling.
Man, would
Macy's
work.
Day Parade comes in earlier every year. What's up with that?
All right, so who was it that was going to be looking for the twins?
That'd be Professor Top, I think.
Detective Top.
yes,
Okay. How do you plan to go about that?
definitely going to be astral projecting. And then just
Okay.
going back to where we were because I can go invisible. And just try.
Okay. Give me an intelligence investigation roll.
Investigation. So that'd be. They're both at level 2. Eyes on how that rolls.
All right, it would be your. Yeah, you roll your intellect, which is a plus, or which is 2, plus your levels in investigate.
Okay, so 4.
So yeah, it'd be a total of a 4.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
All right, so you go back, you begin searching around where the fight took place. There's police tape up, but the lab seems to be operating like normal. There's clearly some extra security on hand at the moment, but nothing is shut down because the culprits, after all, never got inside.
We did it.
You do find a member of the Storm Chasers perched on the roof. It's one of the lesser known members, a wind manipulator named Microburst. You're cautious around him, even though records on him don't indicate that he's likely to have any kind of mental abilities. But you can never tell for sure. You know, a lot of heroes like to keep an ace in the hole. Some ability they don't tell anybody about.
That would be fair.
You know, in the old comics, that's how Spidey was with his spider sense. He didn't tell people he had that.
Alrighty.
But you have no luck locating the twins.
Alright, I'll just cancel my astral projection then.
Beg pardon?
Casper back.
Yeah, I'm just going to cancel the astral projection then.
Oh,
Go back
okay.
to my body.
You do that? Or do you have to actually manually fly all the way back? You just snap your finger and you're done.
Snap my
I think
finger.
we just concluded that he can return to his body at any point.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided the last time, because the power
Okay.
was not super specific about it.
SRDs, open to interpretation.
I need to get on the Facebook group and ask, because the guy that wrote the game's on there pretty regular.
Yeah, as long as we're all in agreement, I see no problem.
Yeah.
House roll. House roll.
Yep.
All right, Phantom, what do you plan to spend the day doing?
Like I said, trying to move this robot around without him getting detected. So, probably going to go see if I can find a dolly somewhere that I can borrow that would be able to hold him. Find, something for him to sit on so he looks like the sitting thinker. And I try and explain this plan to him, though I don't know how much he would understand it if I told him that. That basically I'm going to make him look like a statue to get him out of the city. So that's my plan for the day, is trying to get this robot safely out, because I just risked my skin trying to save him earlier, so I might as well finish the job.
You actually tell him your plan, or do you just
I
you try
tell
to
him
like
what I'm trying to get him out of the city and tell him the plan, and make him look
Okay.
like a statue and dolly him out of here.
statue? He starts actually doing the thinker, and you're like, perfect.
Exactly. How much does he weigh, out of curiosity?
That is the GM's choice. I would say heavy as food.
Let's see.
So I need to
I'd
know if
say
I need.
GM
how tall-
preference, but heavy as hell. Extremely heavy. Or at the very least, extremely dense.
Yeah, probably in the 300 to 400 pound range at least.
Let's see.
Just from how he's physically described.
All
Oh,
that
that's
metal,
gonna
all that metal casing alone.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can figure out something I can carry him. I think one of those dollies could work. Try.
Oh yeah, something like that would work fine. Any pallet with a hand jack or a pallet jack would probably do it.
Yep.
As someone who uses pallet jack IRL a lot, yes, it'll do the job.
Going to need a pallet jack. And probably a pallet to put him on.
Easy enough with warehouse.
So,
Yeah, you gonna go try to buy this, or you just gonna go try to steal it from somewhere?
well, figure out how much it costs. Go on the new version of Amazon or whatever. Find a local store or something that sells it nearby. See how much it costs. Because I don't know how much the dolly thing would cost. Because he's a jarhead.
IRL.
You would have to look it up first.
Well, let's
IRL's probably
see.
a few hundred.
Online, I see one right now. I see one for $156 and one for $312. So apparently, there's quite a bit of variety.
It depends on how good a jack you want.
Well,
Again, not speaking from experience.
Only the best.
probably get the cheap one.
Get a
So.
shitty refurbished one.
Well, maybe find one on nearby, find out someone who's wholesaling it or something. Because you figure, if they got this scientific factory, they got to still move a lot of cargo around, so they probably got some old things that they sell. So he'll go in civilian gear.
Yeah,
And-
you have no problem going and finding one of those from a supplier in the area.
Yeah. And I figure he got some money since he was ex-military, so he probably has some money that he gets as a pension.
That
Enough
GI Bill money.
that blowing a couple $100 is not that big a deal.
Yeah, because I was about to say if it was like $1,000, then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go, better
GI
go.
Bill money, let's go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out realistically because army pensions aren't that much.
Uh,
But then again, he probably got full disability. So
That's true.
all right, so you arranged to be able to get him out of the hotel safely enough.
yeah, so housekeeping gives a few glance looks, but otherwise keep him looking like he's the thinker when they're around.
There's like a 6-year-old that looks at me funny. I just go boo,
And then
and
kid screams.
I just go back to being like this.
Just as the elevator doors close.
Mhm. Or does a raspberry.
Which is weird coming from a metal man. It
All right,
sounds like
what are the twins doing? How are they spending their day?
Well, Gladio's going to spend most of the day looking up information on Clavion.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, your family kept a relatively low profile before
Well,
the takeover?
I mean, we say relatively, but they were in the personal protection business while using their superpowers.
They were heroes for hire.
They were heroes for hire. Um, so when everything went down the couple years before with the Sovereign, with the Sovereign 7, and then just the power changeover to what it's currently at, we haven't seen their parents for the past 2 years or so.
If I recall, they were part of a group that sided with the government
Yeah,
in a last ditch battle. And you're not entirely certain what happened to them.
Privately contracted with the government kind of deal.
So yeah, you haven't seen them. You don't know what happened.
Nope. But
Scuttlebutt is that there were some casualties on the government side, but a lot of them were simply captured. And yeah, you have no idea which camp your parents fall into.
Mm-hmm. So I'm doing all I can to find out more about Clavium and where the fuck they came from and who the fuck they are.
None of the, they had their debut kind of on TV, introducing themselves. There's newspaper articles, but they all basically just cover that initial event. None of them know where she comes from. One or two did enough research that they mention your family specifically, and the fact that nobody in the family has been seen or been active for the past couple of years.
Okay.
And they just sort of speculate on, is this the same person or is this somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Okay. But that's how he's spending his day. Because this is some bullshit. I don't know about Cleopas, but that's what Gladio's doing.
Well, Gladio's staying inside and on the computer. Cleopas will go out, not in costume, but obviously there's other people looking into these thefts than us.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe finding them and figuring out what they're doing and how they're keeping track of everything is has my curiosity, at least.
Okay. How are you going to go about trying to find these people?
Well, he's hoping they haven't gone too far, so walking around, maybe checking out the scene of said crime, said fight, if any of them have gone back. I mean, there was a big golem. He's probably not going to be hard to find.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. Yeah, famous last words. He's going to be the hardest to find now.
Just cause. All right. You return to the scene of the crime, or at least that general neighborhood. If you would like to give me an investigation roll,
investigation,
or if you have any powers you would like to use.
No, I don't. I do have investigation in my specialties.
That would be an intellect investigation then.
Intellect and investigation. I don't have any of my rolls set up, but I'll do this. It would be a 9, my +1, right? For investigation.
Yeah, your intellect's a 3 plus 1, so that'd be a 4 plus, whatever the die roll was.
Yeah, so 9.
Okay. Versus the difficulty of...
Works for me.
2. Yep. You manage to find some, basically some footprints from where Ozzy was running away on the road. He actually left divots in the asphalt. But it's
Well,
like they're running and they just all of a sudden, it just stops.
like he was lifted, or is there something around that he would have gone down?
You don't see anything around that he would have gone down.
Hmm.
I mean, you can see storm drains and sewer uh, entrances along the road, but not right where he just not right where his tracks disappear at. Now it's also possible that he just slowed down running, so he stopped leaving divots.
Yeah.
It's his idea of stealth.
But it does occur to you that he would probably have a distinctive scent to him. Well, everybody does to a certain degree.
That's true. I can go with animal mimicry.
Animal man.
Animal man. Hound dog.
What would be his scent? Interesting. That's an interesting thing. I
Rust.
thought about that.
Let's see
Rust.
if I-
That's insulting.
It'd be metallic, maybe some kind of oil.
Definitely going to be something metallic.
You know,
for sure.
if he's
Well,
if
probably,
if he's electronic inside, there might be there'd be a hit of ozone when he was around. That probably wouldn't.
I don't know. Circuitry doesn't usually smell like anything.
To a human
Just
nose.
the slight, gentle scent of like burning. Fried
I'd smell it.
wires.
So you spend a few hours sniffing around. The scent trail also seems to stop right there. But you catch a slight whiff of somebody else. Now, see, the night before, what did you use your mimicry for? You used it for eagle eyes and cheetah speed.
Yep.
Okay, so you would not have smelled anybody the night before.
Nope.
You eventually venture down into the storm drain, which is connected to the sewers. A wonderful place to be with a heightened sense of smell.
Oh yeah.
But much like a dog's, you can sort out the different scents, as opposed to a human nose, where you just be overpowered by stuff.
Okay. Is the other
But,
scent that was alongside Ozzy
yes.
down here?
In fact, you can follow it down kind of the way Ozzy came from. They meet up here, and then you have both scents
Huh.
moving away.
Guess I'm following.
I imagine you see the divots from like the top part, from like a different angle. You see like indentions.
The roads are a little thicker and a little tougher than
Yeah, I
that.
would think that would not quite happen.
I don't know that.
You manage to follow it to a warehouse. Best you can tell, Ozzy spent some time here. The other scent is not as strong, so you're thinking maybe they left Ozzy here for a while. You're picking up a third scent by this point.
Oh. Okay.
Do we smell like vomit at all? Because
Probably you do. My character probably smells like, I don't know, body odor spray.
Axe.
Axe, probably.
Been in a sewer? Psh, don't take a shower, just use Axe.
Just use it. Yikes.
Still not clean.
Yeah, that's it. I think every teenager, it's a shower in a can. Just kidding.
I don't think I actually want to meet up with these people now. They smell like this. Yikes. We'll follow them out a little bit more if I can.
Okay. They seem to be traveling by ground, through back alleys, like they were avoiding the main streets. Eventually, you come to a hotel. I am picturing this as, let's see, less of a hotel and more like a roadside motel.
Yeah, I was thinking like a 2-story hotel kind of
Yeah.
thing, probably.
all the room doors open to the outside.
Because he would be going on the cheap.
Well, it's cheap, and places like this don't keep as good of records.
Yep. And they take cash with no question.
They are cash only most of the time.
Good old fashioned no-tell motel.
Yep. All right, so they're
All right.
here.
Give me another awareness roll.
Oh shit!
You are aware of the universe around you. You can
I have
feel
so
the
many
rotation.
eyes.
You can feel the
Alive
rotation of
and
the
third
planet.
eye is open.
You're standing there on the corner, debating if you just want to go door to door, sniffing doors.
Just a little awkward.
Looking around to make sure there's no cameras. You spot there's basically one camera kind of over the window of the office that just looks out over the parking lot in general.
Just make sure no one holds them up. Screw everybody else.
As you're doing this, a man walks past you, dragging a pallet jack behind him. He smells familiar.
Awkwardly, like just watching it go by, like, huh?
He's clearly going to the hotel.
Yep.
You see him go up to one of the rooms, open the door, go in, pallet jacking off.
Oh my god. I'll find a spot close by that doesn't seem suspicious, I guess. Yeah, suspicious watching hotel room doors. And I'll just wait. I think I'm okay to just wait and see what happens. I'll like quickly, I don't know, shoot a text to Gladio, maybe let him know that I may have found the rest of the group that was there that night. Since they may be helpful. Excuse me.
Alright. Give me a stealth roll.
Oh yeah. What do I roll for stealth? I have
It would be
coordination?
coordination, I believe. Yes.
Yikes.
I thought we did dexterity last time.
There's no dexterity. Fool.
Coordination is dexterity.
Hard
Joke.
pass. Hard pass.
All right.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
I'm making
clunk.
2 rolls. Don't be alarmed by that.
Uh-oh.
It's a big yikes.
That's a famous DM.
Well, no, he told you not to be alarmed. Come on.
Yes. Don't be alarmed.
Me myself have rolled
Oh, actually,
a 3.
I take that lie back. I would not be making the second roll.
That doesn't work when you say it on Thursday, Maddie. It's not going to work when Jason says it here.
Well, Curse of Strahd is a horror setting, though. This is just superheroes. Nothing special. All right. By the time you get back with the pallet jack, Top has returned to his body. I'm going to assume Ozzy has filled him in on what the plan is.
He's just like
Now,
this
you
the
can
whole
get him
time.
out of the hotel on the pallet jack. Where exactly are you going with the pallet jack, though?
If I'm going to take him out of the city first, that'll be the most important thing, to get him out of the city, and then we'll go from there. You have
a car you're going to load him into? Once you get him out of the hotel and kind of around the corner and out of sight or something?
Probably that's what we're going to do. Probably my character would have a flatbed truck, usual U.S. soldier tags and such. For V, for you, if you want to know what he looked like when he was out of his outfit, he had buzz hair. He was wearing a tan shirt and jeans. Nothing really special about him.
Okay.
Black short hair, like
Okay.
Buzz.
All right. As y'all are leaving, I need let's see. Is Ozzy going to have the tarp on as y'all are hauling him out?
Until we get
Jesus.
him, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the truck to the back of the hotel where you don't see the camera block thing. I'm gonna move him with the jack down into the back of the hotel and start loading him on. Try to get him, make sure no one's there, and then have him climb into the back and then put the pose back up.
I was gonna say, don't try to like lift him up there.
No, we're not
get
going to
myself
lift
up
you.
there. Just like team
Better
lift.
hope that
I didn't know superheroes could get hernias. All right, in that case, I need Phantom and Detective Top to give me awareness rolls.
All right.
Check out this dumb kid just standing there awkwardly.
You said which kind of roll? Sorry.
Awareness. Okay, so everybody that can potentially spot you spots you.
Yep.
You're across the street from a hotel. There's not really a good, wasn't really that good a hiding place to take. That doesn't seem fairly obvious. At one point, you see a worker come out of the office. He goes to the Coke machine. He looked at you coming out of the office, gets his coat, walks back. He's looking at you again. You get the impression maybe this is not the first time he's seen somebody staking out this place. Jealous husbands, jealous wives,
This place has seen some shit.
Private detectives tracking down cheating spouses. He's seen it all. You don't look
An episode
armed or
of
particularly vicious. So,
An episode of Cheaters filmed in this.
And then some.
Very popular
Others.
myself.
Well, let's be
Several
honest,
episodes of
entire
Cheaters have been filmed here.
seasons have been filmed here.
Mm-hmm.
As you two are leaving, Ozzy doesn't see it. He's got a tarp over his head.
I was actually gonna roll awareness for the hell of it.
Both of you notice the kid just kind of hanging around across the street, clearly trying to be casual.
Kind of like having the newspaper upside down kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of got the cell phone out, act like they're doing something. They're clearly looking at the hotel.
Like Candy Crush like this, and they're just like,
Just like wringing something in my hands. God. Make it look like I'm eating a sandwich, but I'm not eating the sandwich. There's not even a bite taken out of the sandwich. So I've been standing there for like 10 minutes.
there's not even bread in your hands. You're just like this.
Nice. Yeah, pretty much.
She almost went animal mimicry chameleon or something.
Actually, yeah, that would have been smart. That would have been really smart.
But none of us thought of it.
Yep. Anyway, so Detective Top is with us, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You're pulling the hand jack while he's kind of standing behind it pushing.
Mm-hmm. So probably my character will notice this and be like, So he's going to continue with the plan, but once they get behind the hotel, he's going to tell, I think we're being followed, so we better move fast.
You say that out loud?
I say that to once we get behind the hotel, yeah. Once we're out of sight. I think we're out of sight anyway. Remember, I moved the truck in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aussie will try to blindly climb into the truck with the tarp still on.
Hey, hold on. He grabs the tarp and pulls it back so you can see.
It's like this
so
still.
It's like, I don't need you breaking my truck before we even get out of here first.
Clapius, sees the two come out with the jack. There's clearly a somewhat humanoid form up under the tarp.
Yep.
Sitting position. You can see the legs.
He's doing
It's
the
the right
opposite.
size to be who you're looking for.
He's like doing the office sit with one leg over the other.
Just his legs crossed.
Yeah.
He was going to be man spreading, but they had to get him to the door, so.
Yeah, that'd probably be good. Otherwise, we'd be hearing loud tings as his kneecaps hit the side of the doors.
Aussie's man spreading is like ADA certified. These doors are not.
All What does Gladio do when he gets this text?
I mean, he quickly replies with, well, are you sure it's them?
It's Jackass robot being loaded into a truck. I don't know.
Just like, please remember I have animal mimicry. That's all I ask every once in a while. To remember what I can do. That's it. I'll just text back yes.
It's like yes with the passive aggressive smiley face.
Yeah. Like 3 smiles. Yeah, it's such a
Okay.
6%.
Well, then he'd quickly text back, haven't really found out much more about Clavium. Seems very likely that is related to us, possibly mom, possibly another family member, unsure exactly which one it is. But that means somebody's brainwashed somebody, so that'll be fun to fix. Anyway, why do we need their help? I'm on my way, but why do we need their help?
Why do we need their help? Oh god, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe
Because the storm
if
chasers
it's
are a
your
large
no
thing?
help shit.
Damn.
Well, if they're
Because
investigating the
5 heads are
same
better
thing
than
as you,
2.
you might just want to be. You just might want to compare notes.
Yeah. Obviously they're looking for something that we were watching for as well. So there's
Why did we need their help? Because I couldn't stand to be in the hotel room with you anymore.
I need new friends. Ah!
How
You just
often?
throw
Because
your
five-
clothes
because-
everywhere. I can't.
Because 5 heads are better than 2.
True.
How often am I allowed to astral project?
5
in a
heads
day?
are better than 1.5.
Big part.
How often am I allowed to astral project in a day?
Yeah, how many times you want to?
All right, since I noticed them, can I just like go over to them?
How about we stick you in the truck first before you do?
I was about to say, what are you doing with your body while this is going on?
Collapses to the ground.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a truck there, and then my partner's there. I'm like, not just gonna like, haha.
So you climb into the passenger side door and
Be like,
It's like, it's like that dog that randomly gives out.
My character is going to be like, you
puts an
alright?
out of order sign around my neck.
It's like, well, this was just getting great. Now he just
Aussie.
passed out.
Aussie from behind the truck is gonna like tap on his shoulder.
There's an out of order sign. It's okay.
You good there?
y'all would have seen him astral projecting before.
He doesn't leave a trace.
He only didn't he appear like once physically, but I wasn't there to
Yeah.
see it.
Well, yeah, and he's
He was
only appeared
big
once
and he
physically.
spun really fast.
Yeah, like no one, like I don't think no one like really noticed that
No one's
once.
actually seen him like astral project unless he wants them to.
Well, that's
And I
how he
don't
helped
think
you find
he's-
your way through the sewers that night. Is he appeared in front of you and talked to you?
That's true.
That is true. But I
But I
didn't
would-
think
but-
we haven't seen his body slump over because of it. I think that's part of it.
And my one intelligence wouldn't put that together yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's dead. Drive.
He's not dead. He's just poking at him like, "Hello, you good there?"
With this, you're that heavy. You're just poking me constantly. I guarantee I'm gonna get a bruise on the way back.
Can have like a rug burn right
Do you
here.
take the time, once you step out of your body, do you take the time to appear and tell them what's going on?
Yeah, because I'm not just gonna be an ass.
And you're probably like,
Whoa!
I'm getting a
Whoa!
bruise.
So you see a second him appear.
Whoa! Whoa! Tries to like swing at him and it hits nothing.
Ah, yes, the panic swing.
Yes.
So I won a lot of Call of Duty games back in the day with a knife.
Oh jeez.
All right. Anyway, you shoot across the road. This kid is texting somebody, responding to the question of why do we need their help.
Are we gonna like roll up next to them, or next to him as
Well,
we drive?
I thought that the astral projector was going over there to see what was going on.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
because it's safe.
I'm still being loaded then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
loading you
Detective
in, and I'm
so-
trying to get you put away.
Anyway, Detective Top, you get over there. They're responding to a. You see a series of texts. What you read is, "Why do we need their help anyway?" And then the response is, about them investigating the same thing and putting their heads together.
Am I allowed to decide what I pop out of, or can I just have to have my whole physical body pop out?
Your entire body has to pop out. You're either visible or you're not.
Okay.
You could always drift down into the ground where just your face was poking up to talk, or
I hate that.
do the same thing with a wall or something,
That's
That's
terrifying.
terrifying. Let's do
Yeah, I
it.
hate
know.
that.
or stand behind them and put your hand through their chest so that all they see is your hand up here.
And
Bye.
do I look,
Hello. How you doing?
does astral projection make me look like that I'm invisible? Not invisible, but that I'm actually there for purposely walk on the ground? Or is it
If you're careful to walk on the ground, it would look like you're walking on the ground. Yes.
all right, I'm gonna
You
just do
look
that.
when you go visible, you look solid.
Okay, then I'm just gonna walk over to him. But hey, what you staring at?
Obviously, my phone, since I'm texting.
Yes, that.
Gotta go.
Nice.
Bye.
Thanks.
They made me.
Sir.
Gotta go.
I've done this before in my day.
Do I recognize him from the fight? Actually,
Yeah, I don't think you could. I was wearing a mask. Unless you could
Doesn't-
recognize me by my smell.
oh, you're not wearing your mask right now. I thought you
You
were.
wouldn't be able to detect his smell, though.
Right, I'm a fucking
I mean, your smell is still 10 feet that way.
Yeah, true. But if he's right up close to me and I just take a deep breath and I don't smell anything, I'm just
And you don't smell anything.
suspicious. Do I have enough brains to
Try
put
to
two and two
put your
together?
hand.
do
try to
they
Roll
put your hand
intelligence.
through.
Roll intellect and see.
do they remember that I'm if I can astral project at all? Because they saw me disappear, then pop out of a container.
You may have been
Actually,
hiding in the
we
container, though they're not 100% sure.
Okay.
The twins didn't.
Okay.
We were
Hmm.
we were much too preoccupied with the nonsense that we were dealing with.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Otherwise, I was
So,
gonna
See yourselves.
I was just gonna stick my hand through their face.
Yikes!
Yeah, you put two and two together. You think maybe he's not really here, and you could, you may reach out and poke him, or if he puts his hand through your face,
That's
I feel like the hand goes like this, and your hand goes like this, and it goes whoosh.
that's super unpleasant.
High five.
Too slow.
God.
Everybody at a distance just thinks you're very uncoordinated.
Sure. Well, since someone just phased through someone.
Definitely
Why?
me through you.
Mm-hmm. Why bother doing that and coming towards me?
You seemed like you were staring more than just at your phone. Also, yeah, did I read the text like a creeper beforehand?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're a detective. You're a professional creeper.
You get
That's
paid to be
valid.
a creeper.
Oh, perfect. Also, you're texting someone about us. Hopefully, I'm not just being weird.
I think it's very strange to read someone's text, quickly puts phone in pocket. 1, rude. 2, rude. 4,306, rude. No, I'm kidding. You're one of the ones that was there that night with the robbery.
I nod.
Okay. I'm guessing the one under the tarp and the one in the truck was also there. If there is someone under the tarp.
Also
Not
correct.
legs, but can't really put legs to a face unless it being in close contact.
I don't know. Ozzy had some pretty distinctive legs.
It's true. It's very
they're
specific.
very nice and shapely.
They're quite shiny.
Strong, shiny legs. True. Well, for now, we might be able to help each other out.
I'm just gonna be like, you're one of the two that ran the other night. Just to be sure that I'm not talking to like a bad guy that like saw us.
Oh no, I'm definitely what was it, Starcroft? She was cute. I'm definitely her. No, yes.
Alright, cool. Like in other words, I was trying to find you earlier, but I couldn't manage.
Invisibility is a fun trick. Almost as fun as what is this? Projection? Phasing?
Astral projection? Yeah.
Oh. Mental note. Astral projection. Do not hold phone out if you see this man passed out. Got it. Well, I'm waiting for my partner to show up, and then proceed to try and rip my head off.
Start questioning why are you so worried about your phone?
I don't need some professional creep reading my texts, thanks.
Aussie makes your phone vibrate from the tarp.
You're a block away. You're
I'm just
across the road
messing
behind the
around.
building.
None of that. Oh, is that a text? No? Okay. We'll just wait for Gladio to show up now, so he can be the angry one at me. So now that's what's gonna happen.
All right, Top, are you gonna go back and let Phantom know what's going on?
I'm just gonna like disappear and fly over to them and talk to them in my actual form, just because it's a lot easier if I need to get back to the other people than just like keep passing out over and over again.
Kind of reminds me of that one scene from House.
Is it like a dramatic thing where you go like you have air back in your lungs?
No, his body's breathing the entire time he's gone.
Okay.
It would look more like he was waking up from being asleep.
Okay, fair enough. Good.
But yeah, I'm
So
just
he's
gonna
just narcoleptic. He's not unconscious.
narcolepsy's a bitch. No. But yeah, then I'm just gonna fly over to them, tell them what's going on, and then like go back to the single twin. Because I can't pronounce your name.
Who, mine?
No, V's.
Oh.
Cletipus or something?
Clypeus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that.
It sounds like just imagine it. It sounds like an extinct form of a platypus.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start. You shouldn't have said that. I'm just gonna call him platypus now.
Harry the Platypus.
See, I was gonna go the safe route and say just call him Clyde.
Clee.
Or Clay.
Clay.
See, why do we try and do things that are thematic and fun?
I enjoy Claypus. At least I'm learning to pronounce that one, as opposed to Ozzy that I ain't even gonna try.
I mean,
I'm the edgelord here, so
How's the dirt?
I'm not.
Osmondurpa.
You just say it like that.
I've
Osmondurpa.
problems
Yeah.
pronouncing like actual English words on a daily basis. So you know.
It's Gaelic.
Ours is Latin.
You know, I kind of figured it was Gaelic. I didn't know for sure, but that would have been my guess.
mine's Hot Topic.
Holy shit. That's a good one.
Hey, I'm embracing it.
As you should.
All right, Gladio, you show up. Your brother is standing there on the sidewalk with some dude.
I thought he bamped out.
No, he back.
Oh, he went and filled Jolly in, and I think he headed back to wait with Claypus.
Okay.
Also, I have a human name. That is Zeke. I just realized we were talking about names, and I'm like, we're not in.
Yeah, but are you telling this guy you've just met your real name?
No. I guess you're right.
I I mean, you're just freaking out because I was staring at your phone. I can doubt you would tell the creeper your name.
Other
Probably the
than
worst
Zeke may have been on the phone, you know.
Would you have done that knowing you're a superhero with identities and stuff?
You know, they
Still
might use.
have their brother
Might
by
be
their
just
given
like
name?
brother. On
Yeah.
the top.
Actually, knowing these two would probably be dumbass.
Dumbass 1, Dumbass 2.
Yep, probably.
Anyway, Gladio, you show up.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all had a car or a motorcycle or how y'all were traveling around,
Can I have a
Or if y'all-
motorcycle?
or if y'all were riding the
Do we have
bus.
motorcycles?
Oh,
I mean, I would
jeez.
figure
Do we
your
have
family would do.
motorcycles?
Sure,
We have motorcycles. Excellent.
they are motorcycles, you know, licensed and stuff to your civilian identities, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, no, they
That's
definitely
definitely
don't
not
look
something
like
you want to use
superhero
when you're
bikes.
superheroing.
No.
That'd be too easy
There's
to
a little,
track.
We
there's
walk.
a little compartment for whoever doesn't want to ride.
Yeah, you got the little
That's it. One
two-seater.
motorcycle and a sidecar.
The little sidecar, yeah.
Indiana Jones it.
Every time they get to go somewhere, they pick rock scissors to see who gets to be Indy and who has to be short round.
I can see that.
It's the sort of thing brothers would do.
Yep.
Truly is.
But I want to drive today.
Too bad. I won the
Mom,
song.
it's my turn on the bicycle.
Not with these two. No
Mom says
mom
it's
in the
my
picture.
turn with the Xbox.
So whoever can twist the other's arm hard enough.
Well, then I win that every time. Like,
Are you fucking kidding me? I have animal mimicry. Don't even try it.
Elephant.
I'm sorry, who wins every time?
Form of the snake. Suddenly, Claudius has no limbs, so you can't twist anything.
Heh.
anyway.
Anyway, Gladio, you show up.
Yeah, so. And I'm just gonna pull up next to Cleopas and this person that's standing next to him. Turn off the bike and just kind of sit there with my arms crossed.
I'm really tempted to be an asshole and try to shake your hand and just watch you like phase through me.
Like,
Do it.
you lean forward to shake hand and whoa!
Do it.
I'm gonna do what I just said.
I mean, he's not going to shake your hand, not because he's just not. That's not who he is.
He just stares.
Claudio,
Probably
don't.
with his motorcycle helmet still on.
There's like a spike on it.
Zeke recognizes the explain body language.
You're just like. It's a rude man. Well, long story short, meet. He said that his name is Detective Top.
Ugh.
Surely he'd have given you some kind of name.
Here's hoping.
I mean,
But
you didn't give me your name. Why would I give you one of mine?
I think it's a little polite, seeing as he just read private text messages.
So, not only do we not actually know who he is, he was reading our private conversations over your
Oh.
shoulder.
Oh, he was there. He was there.
Not like they could see me doing it.
You admitted to it.
But you
Yeah,
admitted to
I think
it.
he had admitted to it at this point. So.
It's true.
You're like, oh. Yeah.
Oh, right. I did that.
He d-
And
Just do what a politician would do. Deny that you admitted to it.
Deny the shit out
I
of it.
didn't say that. We get you on video. I didn't say that.
and
Got me, Kevin.
we're supposed to
Was it?
trust him that he's not gonna turn us into Captain Thunder.
Can I just like smirk and be like, that guy's clueless? Because he let me go, like just by me promising I wasn't gonna do it again.
Gladio's actually gonna take his helmet off at that point, and he's gonna laugh because that's funny. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He seems like a rather dumb one.
Oof.
Damn.
Takes one to know one.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't say that out loud. I'm just thinking to myself. I don't want to get punched later.
I'll just punch you for good measure.
True.
You know, as twins do.
Yeah, you have minor telepathy because he's your brother.
Yeah.
Your twin.
I don't
Like-
hear thought, like I don't hear exact thoughts, but I feel the emotions more clearly than other people. Just stare at my brother who looks self-satisfied.
Oh.
you feel feelings of sass emanating from your brother.
Yeah. Are you in any sort of gear, V, or are you just in your...
Oh no, he's in civilian wear.
Okay.
What are you wearing?
Oh, leathers. I mean, I'm in motorcycle leathers because you don't
Yeah.
ride a motorcycle without proper gear. It's how you...
I thought you were in your spandex.
No. He's in motorcycle leathers with a good solid motorcycle helmet sitting now on the front of his motorcycle. They are identical twins, by the way.
oh, didn't realize that.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Thing 1, thing 2.
I can only assume that they did that one year for Halloween.
As
I have no doubt.
children, as like
As
small
kids.
child.
As kids,
Yeah.
they were thing 1 and thing 2.
Palam and Param from Final Fantasy IV.
So what do we have?
All right.
Because I am not staying out here all night while we
Yeah, it's during the day right now.
did the... Well, okay, sorry. I'm not staying out here all day. I have a
I'm just
fucking
looking
superhero to track down.
Just going like, what? It's nice.
What are you trying to do with the big one? That's a better question.
What?
The one you have in the back of the truck?
Oh, I don't know. Like, if we're supposed to we're getting him around. That's all I know. He's big, not very smart. No offense.
None taken. He's an idiot.
I'm taken. I'm an idiot. Oh god.
How long has this conversation been going on? Out of curiosity.
Just had a
It's been a while because they were waiting on Gladio to show up. So you've been sitting in
Yep.
that truck with the radio.
Yeah,
going.
he's getting in. Definitely, Phantom's getting a little antsy.
I open my tarp and I'm like, they've been over there for a while now.
I know.
Like
About
this.
ready.
Like I,
I mean, you guys could have technically left. My body just there. I'm trusting you guys.
I mean, we were waiting because you told us about him.
Famous last words. I'm trusting you guys.
I mean, he has a shoulder bruise right now because I've been poking him.
Higher roll. High or low, DM?
For what?
I'm just doing a roll.
Oh,
Sorry.
whether you would take off or
him.
not.
Yeah, we'll get start going because he's getting
okay.
antsy.
I'll say hi. Give me a roll.
We'll roll it again. Sorry. I
Okay.
accidentally pushed the button a little too early.
That's high.
All right. So that's high. So he's going to start the truck up. It's like, okay, I'm getting tired of waiting. We're getting out of this town.
Oh,
So,
we're leaving?
well, they aren't. He hasn't come back in a while, and I don't like waiting,
Well,
especially
at
with
least
the longer we're
drive
here with
by
you.
where at least drive by where he went.
No,
Take a
if there's
Fly by. Just phase into the front seat.
So you're behind the building. You pull out on the road. When you get out on the road where you can see, sure enough, they're still standing down there. There's the kid that was watching you. There's Detective Top's astral projection that looks solid from a distance, or even up close, truthfully. And there's somebody standing on a motorcycle talking to him. That looks a lot like the kid that was watching y'all.
If this is like the way out from the parking lot, is the bike like right here?
No, they're across the street, and
Okay. So they're just on a random piece of the road by the sidewalk.
Mhm.
Yeah. One of the side streets is not really the main
Yeah.
street.
It's like an alleyway or something.
I'm just gonna point to the truck and like, if you guys want more information, just follow those guys.
Oh boy, you're lucky that he didn't hear that. Otherwise, he would have kicked your body out of that truck.
Boom!
That
Tuck and roll!
that doesn't sound incredibly ominous.
Well, they don't know who we are.
But,
Might as well.
Fuck. Alright, fine.
beep, beep.
Fine.
I just smile at you, like trying to be like really nice, but like it's okay. Like, don't need to freak.
I reach from the back of the truck and try to honk the horn.
Don't. He slapped
Like a
him.
6-year-old.
Just like smacking his fucking.
It'd be really awkward. You'd be leaning out of the bed and reaching around.
The windows
Breaks the
open up,
window.
trying
You know, when the entire purpose of this is we're trying to hide you. Going down the street, the giant middleman's hanging out the side of the truck.
Yep.
Okay, it sounds fine to me. Gladio is going to toss an extra leather jacket and a spare helmet to Cleopas.
It's too hot for that, but okay.
Yeah, well,
Safety first.
safety.
Wait, I don't have to reach over to honk the horn. I just pop my electrical powers.
Just
Don't
break
blow
back
up-
into
Don't blow up my battery.
To blow up the battery, just make the honking noise.
You shoot electricity, dude. You're not making honking noises.
I mean, couldn't you just imitate it, Deca?
Start imitating honk.
That's true. I already had it. I already had it in my head that Aussie could like do the robot voice if pressed, like the generic ass robot voice. But like normally he sounds human.
All of a sudden, I'm hearing from the back, beep, boop, maggot.
Yeah, exactly. You could hear beep. He could do like beep boop.
Well, once Cleopas is on the back of the motorcycle, he'll kickstart it and pull up to follow the truck.
All right, Phantom, where are you taking the truck?
We're getting out of the city. That's where we're
Right.
getting. Well, I'm trying to keep this guy from making so many noises as the winds are getting out.
Are we there yet?
So we'll get out of the city limits as fast as
Okay.
possible. And probably once we get out onto the highway, we'll pull off to a off-road. So then we'll stop there since he's noticed the motorcycle following him.
And at some point, I'm sure Detective Top has returned to his body while y'all are driving.
I was actually gonna ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm assuming the twins can talk on the motorcycle, so is it okay if I just like I'm gonna leave and like disappear and just follow them like a creeper? I wanna
No,
know if
it's
they're-
perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff wrong with it. It's just doable within the mechanics.
I mean, he could probably hitch a ride easily. He's like, I'm just going to hug both of you
All right.
for protection.
Do the twins do much talking or yelling at each other as they drive the motorcycle?
Probably not.
And I mean, there are actual mechanics that have like
It in the
walkie
helmets?
systems within the helmets,
Okay.
which is probably what they have.
Probably the other is cursing the other out. Like, this is a
Yeah, all
stupid
I'm
way.
hearing is swears, and I'm like fitting into my helmet to shut off the walkie system.
All right. Ask
Is
for Jessica
yelling now,
5. So you can, keep up
"Sorry."
with you can probably keep up with motorcycle until
He
it's
wouldn't
trouble.
be swearing. He'd actually probably be informing Cleopas of the actual information he found about Clavium.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Quick
So you get out to
information
a side
update.
road. Eventually, you get out of town. You get to a side road.
I'm like this. Let me know when we're out of town so I can take the stupid thing off.
I'll let you know. Just keep calm back there.
Okay.
But you eventually get pulled over to the side of the road.
Somewhere where there's not
Ruby.
many driveways or anyway. Just kind
Yeah.
of. Because we're out in like Kansas or something. Or what was it?
It's
I know
the
we were in
junction. It's the junction city of Kansas.
Yeah, where did I have? Did I have a map loaded in here?
I know we were close to Kansas City or something, but I didn't know how.
Yeah,
far.
you were in a town a little south of Kansas City.
Yeah, so there's a lot of.
Which is where the storm chasers are actually based out of.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a lot of flat, open area where there's no one around. That's where I want to get to. So I know that we're not being, in trouble or anything. If the big guy takes off the tarp and starts moving around.
It's like super dramatic. Haha, you didn't expect me.
Yeah, I've expected you, but in the back of my truck all this time.
Oh.
So.
As soon as I slow down, I'll go back to my buddy.
Actually, I'd probably wear it like a cape.
Oh, joy.
And
All
that's
right.
a no on the cape.
No capes.
No capes. No capes.
It's a tarp.
Okay.
Captain Thunder has a cape.
Yes, let's get him near an
Okay.
airplane. Please.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Let's get him near an airplane.
Yeah.
It's just gonna suck the tarp away. It's not gonna do anything to Aussie. Waste.
No, I was talking
like
about
Captain Thunder.
Thunder.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Anyway, y'all are currently in Missouri. Yeah, if I can talk.
There's a Kansas City. There's a Kansas, Missouri.
Yeah, that is where Kansas City is.
I don't fucking know these things. I just know Texas. And
I don't
even
know
then, just
Ohio.
barely.
But anyway, so you're close. It's close to the Kansas border, though.
Okay.
So yeah, you get a little ways out of the city. Maybe even into Kansas. It's that close to the border. You pull over to the side of the road. It's a little gravel road. Doesn't look like it gets much traffic. It's kind of why you picked it.
Mm-hmm.
Might even just be a little service road that cuts between farms or something. You're not 100% sure. So everybody piles out. You're all standing around. What sort of note comparing are you going to do?
Well, first, I guess, greetings first. I'll give my superhero name to them. Of course, they're probably going to look at me like, man, you're from Hot Topic, aren't you?
I am the Phantom, formerly known as the Hot Topic Avenger.
He probably would say that just for giggles.
Not even a character I made up. Hot Topic
Right.
Avenger is out of a webcomic.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope. You had the two main heroes were Chemo Kid and Emo Kid.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, I hate
Chemo
it
Kid
already.
was bald in a hospital gown, had a domino mask, and fought with the little thing that holds the IV bags.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's,
Emo
that's
Kid wrote bad poetry.
Oh my god.
wow,
And
I
then-
hate it so much.
Oh no, it was hilarious. Anyway, they run into a team. Yeah, Hot Topic Avengers. She's somebody on the other team. Her and Emo don't get along, but when he decides not to be Emo, she gets very upset about it. They weren't the main point of the webcomic. It was like she'd be going with one storyline, and then she'd just take a break and she'd do something with these weird heroes.
I'd say Aussie would have gotten out of the truck as they're all comparing notes, just kind of like idly like pacing.
I'll be back. I have to use the restroom. Sorry.
You look around, you're pretty sure you're in Kansas again. You've walked through a lot of fields like this.
You saying that to Aussie, or are you saying that to everybody else?
No, that's what Aussies notice. This looks like some of the area you've walked through before.
Okay.
Maybe not the exact same field, but enough
That's
that you
true, I
can go.
used
I
to
think we're in
kick.
Kansas again.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Oh wait, yeah, we are.
No, Kansas is exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. Which side starts off the conversation?
Well, he said that
Probably
he
not-
gave his name, so would assume then that it's just introductions.
All right. So everybody introduces themselves. Ozzy probably has to pronounce his name a couple of times.
Or like, yes, Ozzy it is then.
Oh, my name is Ostadirta.
Osnadirtha. There's a D in there. Okay.
It's Osnadurtha.
Okay. Osnadirtha. I can say that. I'll agree to that. Osnadirtha.
The THA is just a ta sound.
Ta. Osnadirtha. Ta.
H even there for.
Ostadirta.
Osnadirtha.
Your tongue does like a little loop the loop as you say it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All right. So names are exchanged. Hero
Yep.
credentials, verified, sort of.
I don't really have hero credentials.
Well, everybody was at the fight. Everybody could kind of see who was fighting who. So
See the way I punched that guy, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
not that it did much, but
I'm just like,
I'm the only one that hit him,
Not
except
true.
for
no, you were not.
the actual superhero.
No.
I also hit him, thank you.
Well, you grappled him. I think you may have missed with the punches,
Grab-
but you
And
definitely grappled
Missed
him.
with the
So did Detective Top.
it was like Top. Oh yeah, that's what Top did. Oh no, I remember now. I remember him being like super salty that he took his mark.
Yep.
sorry for the throw up.
It happens. Luckily,
used to
superheroes
it.
all start to wear the uniform, so that kind of stuff just runs off. All right, so you fill each other in on your investigations. All of you are following the tech thefts. Top, do you bring up the occult thefts?
Might as well.
Anybody that's familiar with the hero history of the setting, so basically everybody but Ozzy. Yeah, you'd find the ideal that this group might be trying to combine magic and tech. Disturbing, considering what had happened the last time that was done.
Aussie is 100% tech, so he's got nothing. No.
Didn't
Yeah.
didn't we just have an uprising about magic and tech?
Tell that to the villains.
Ugh. This would have been so much easier fucking 2 years ago. None of this sneaking around in the darkness nonsense. Makes us look like villains.
Kind of does.
Well, you're violating the law by going out and vigilanting, so maybe you are the villains.
I just casually
Right.
mentioned that the Thunder dude or whatever his name is invited me
Captain
to
Thunder.
Captain Thunder invited me to like join their crew.
Invited you to join or invited you to just sign up?
Yes.
I don't remember. Actually.
I think he may have actually volunteered. He may have actually suggested, that you could sign up and with some training, maybe join their team.
Okay.
Not everybody in their team has a weather motif, but a lot of them do. So you being able to do the spin thing might appeal to him.
Tornado.
The Tornado Man.
This Detective Top thing, can we change it to Detective Tornado?
Or can we just change it just straight tornado?
Tornado spin. Tornado top.
Oh no, Tornado is probably taken. There's a guy in Houston that would totally sue us.
Honestly. Yep.
In Texas, definitely. Doesn't even get tornadoes in Texas. Doesn't matter.
I just get mostly floods.
Especially in Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
every
old
time.
in the old Aberrant game, some municipalities would have supers that they had specifically hired, and yeah, Houston had somebody they always hired somebody with wind powers, and they named him Tornado. You know, the first one got murders. They go out and hire a lady to take his place.
It's what they do just so they have the rights to the name.
You know, Houston had the Tornado, New York had the Gothic Night, San Francisco had Rainbow, London had London Fog. I think there were a few more that got named, but
are these superheroes or sports teams?
All of
in
the above.
Aberrant, you could potentially kind of swing both ways as far as that went. You had some people that were hired like that and were franchises. You had a superpowered wrestling league. It was very much a, hey, this is more or less the real world, and then superpowers hit all at once. So there was a lot of dealing with the celebrity of it. I may have, when the newest edition that they're working on comes out, I may have to break that out for the showcase at some point. I was a huge fan of the original game. Anyway, back to our game though. All right, so Phantom Top has filled everybody in on the occult thefts matching up with the tech thefts.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's happy about that, considering it was a mix of technological and occult being mixed together that caused the event.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, relatively close to where you are. You got to go you got to go across most of Kansas to get to the EZ, but and as relatively low a population as this area of the country had before, it's the population has seriously dropped since the EZ went up.
I have no doubt, because who wants to live near such a zone? So, what we know is that they're moving west towards the zone and then picking up technologies from genetic and occultic material. So, that's all we know so far.
I don't have either of those, so I'm good.
Well,
What if they're planning on using some of the energy from the EZ to make this work?
could be possible. I mean, we're not entirely sure. I mean, some of the materials that they've stolen, if I remember correctly, was genetic material. So what would they be using that for?
Oh god, any host of things. Could be resurrection, could be mind wipe, could be genetic alteration, could be...
Make their power stronger.
Yep.
I'm probably betting more that they might be trying to make their own super army that way.
Oh, great. Just an entire army of Captain Americas, because that's what we need.
Well, think about it. If the sovereigns have control, you're going to need something to match, if not excel, the sovereigns. So it could be possible that's what they're up to. Now, of course, this is just me speculating, but if, from my training in the military, if you ever want to win a war, usually you have to have the edge over your enemy. So if you have more supers than your opponent, that's a good chance.
Theoretically, you come out on top, but you also got to take into account how strong the supers are and whatever else. So we have no idea what they're doing. Are they trying to make a bunch of low-level supers that'll basically just constantly multiply until the point where, oh, we just can't kill them all because we don't have the manpower? Or is it that they're just going to create 4 or 5 mega supers that absolutely destroy everything?
Yeah, it is a good question. Depending on what form of warfare they want to do, definitely having the most ultimate superhero would possibly, or supervillain, possibly, could be even the best way to win a war against the sovereigns. Or they could be finding other things to be using it for. We don't know yet. There's only one person here, I think, who has come from the EZ, and he points towards the big guy.
What?
Well, I happened to overhear the conversation with you and the others while I was hiding in the storm drain. They seem to be very particularly interested in you, coming from the west.
Okay. It's going on over there?
Shall we fill
Now-
him in with the?
Yeah, now Ozzy would remember them talking about referencing the EZ.
Austin doesn't know what the EZ is.
That's true.
So we would probably fill him in on what the EZ was.
Yes. It's a horrible place that horrible things come out of.
Basically, it's a lot of energy mutations come from there. A lot of death, and it was also the spark of sovereigns taking over control. Of course, my character wasn't there when the EZ happened. He was still phased out of existence. Until
This is also him speculating.
We were around for the fallout, but we were dealing with a lot of what was going on in our own town. So we really didn't give too much concern to what was happening at the EZ.
I forget, how old are the twins?
The twins are... Do we say like mid-20s, V?
I believe so.
25, 26?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, so y'all have been 22 or so when this happened. So y'all were already grown and old enough to be active.
yeah,
We
My
hadn't
character would've-
taken...
I'm just an idiot.
We hadn't taken any jobs just because there wasn't a huge call for them at the
Mhm.
time. At least nothing that, the leaders of the family felt that we would be able to take on without severe loss of contract or life. So,
And your parents were quite insistent that you not go to that fight against the sovereigns.
despite Gladio arguing against it.
My
Clayton
character-
probably just sat there and nodded and said, yes, of course, we won't go.
Goes anyway.
Yeah, my
we
character
didn't.
probably learned of this information because when he came back, the United States changed significantly to under the sovereign. So he want to learn what the heck happened when he was phased out of reality.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So he
So
would have looked up every.
try to-
Yeah,
Also
probably get as
still,
much.
still kind of nothing. He just remembers a lab. He tells you all. He just remember a lab, and then spring flowers.
Well, now, when you left the lab and started heading east, everything was dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like spring flowers. And
You were, if I remember right, we had decided you had been in that lab by yourself for quite a while. Which is when you really started being able to think about the fact that, you don't, that they were keeping you busy, that, you really didn't want to do that stuff anymore.
these guys have been using me like a jackass.
F it, I'm out.
So, yeah, I don't know if my character would have been able to get much in his military contacts to get any more in-depth information about the EZ. I mean,
Nothing that's restricted. A lot of the basic information, because the U.S. military is still, lots of people deserted. Entire bases full of equipment seem to have vanished overnight. The remnants of the U.S. government are still out there somewhere. Some of the army went with them, but a lot of the army went ahead and just kind of fell in under the sovereigns. Once it was clear that they were in control.
yeah, guarding, joining whoever was the bigger fish in the pond.
Hmm.
I just didn't know if my character would have been able to get any more information from any of his friends or contacts within it. If he might have any like first-hand accounts or anything. But if he can't get any restricted, so yeah, he probably wouldn't be able to know.
Yeah, nothing from inside the EZ itself.
So
Especially when the event first happened, anybody that got too deep into it tended to mutate out. So the sovereigns very quickly restricted how close you could get. And in fact, they have no regular troops guarding it.
mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of super gene that just makes them immune?
No, some of the sovereigns were affected.
Okay.
Some of their newer recruits, or kind of lower powered recruits. The big guys like the Golden Guardian and Justice, yeah, they weren't. The ones that were more or less impervious to harm seem to be impervious to whatever the EZ was doing.
As usual.
Yeah, I mean, that's not. Nobody was shocked by that.
Your typical Mary Sue's still Mary Sue it up.
Yep. You know, your Batman type and your Flash type, it went bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Superman, Wonder Woman, and the dude on the team that claims to be an angel, they were fine.
Azrael?
Lightbringer, I believe is what he called himself.
So I guess then our question is, what do we do with this information? We
Well,
know
they seem to.
what they're going for. We don't know what they're doing with it, but we know what they're going for. And
I
there's
don't know.
only so many installations from here to the EZ now.
And I'm not going to doubt that the sovereigns have figured out a pattern as well as we have.
I
So
mean,
they might.
I would be inclined to agree, except if we hadn't shown up to that last one, there's a very real chance they'd have been done and gone before Captain Thunderpants decided to show up.
True.
I don't know. The fight was not going on very long at all when Captain Thunder showed.
It's
Now,
yeah, but if we
how
hadn't,
well he'd have done.
but if we hadn't shown up, they'd have had everything moved and gone before the Captain Thunder showed up. Is what he means. Like,
Yeah, we
they would
triggered.
have been gone.
The fact that there was a super fight going on probably would
Delayed
trigger
the-
Captain Thunder.
Well, no, he
Yeah.
was probably on his way, but he was late. You know.
And the,
Well, it would have depended on what they were going for, how long it took them to load it up.
Yeah, and they
Because
were
remember, one of them was
already-
driving a forklift, so it was going to be a matter of loading some stuff.
Yeah, and they were already loading when we started the fight. Because it took us time to get around, so some stuff had already gotten loaded.
No,
No, they were just starting?
they were just beelining for the door when you intercepted them,
Okay.
yeah, we
and
stopped
then
them.
that guy comes driving down out of the ship with the.
Okay.
The trick is, if y'all had not been there, Thunder would have shown up, and had to deal with them all by himself for a little bit before his backup showed up. So
Oh no, what a tragedy.
yeah.
Oh no, how that feels.
Look,
Your mother would have had to go find her somebody else.
Oh,
we don't know what they're doing. And we don't know if the Sovereign are even letting them do it.
That is a good question. We
how-
did intercept it.
How do they steal from this many different installations and are still not fucking caught? How many different teams do they have?
I mean, they were
Quite a
caught.
few. One thing you had noticed in the pattern, they were mostly hitting cities that did not have teams established in them.
So this was the
So they had
first
to travel.
established team.
Right, and it was from like the next town over. This is a town that was a bit south of Kansas City,
Okay.
but the Storm Chasers or somebody had noticed it. So yeah, they were already inbound for this city when it all went down.
We could just compile all the information, hand it to the Sovereign, and hope that the Sovereign do their job.
Yeah, but how is that going to work out? They've already so far failed to stop these things. If we have this information and they have this information as well, in a way, so I have no doubt they probably have ears to the technology and to the same thing that we have with the occult. Given how big they are, I wouldn't doubt they have their own spies and such. It is suspicious, though. They haven't reacted to this.
What do you think, Cleopas?
Well, whatever they are, they're caught now. But there could be more of them out. It's just figuring out where they're going to hit.
Well, there's
If
like
they will hit.
Like I said, there's only so many installations between here and the EZ.
True.
It'd probably be best if we figured out which ones had teams in them and which ones don't. And the ones that don't, we might try to intercept again.
True.
I think probably this time it might be better if we could either capture one of them and get information from them. Because, if we learn who our enemy is. Because I tried to figure out in their ship because I was able to intercept their ship and destroy it before it could take off. But I found no insignias or anything to indicate who they belong to or what they belong or who they belong to. So if we could find, maybe capture one of their crew members or one of the villains, we might have ability to figure out what they're up to, because we need someone to tell us some information that we are missing here.
Well, we gotta
You
do
can
it
always go
faster.
to where they're already caught.
Oh, yes, let's go sneak into the Storm Chaser stronghold.
I'm not saying sneak in.
So we're gonna walk in the front door.
Yeah,
Why would they
'Cause they'll never
let
expect
us
it.
in the front door?
They're
Because-
just so gobsmacked the whole time by your blatant disregard for the rules that they just let you do it.
Cleopas, I am a mechanic. What the fuck would I be doing at Storm Chaser HQ?
Being imprisoned.
oh, there's that. Where do we sign up? Say to become a storm chaser? I don't know.
Or you
Yeah,
just walk in and demand to see your mother.
True.
I
Where's
also
Dad?
Demands.
Where?
Where's your manager at?
also technically have an invite.
Yeah. We've got someone who can do astral projection. Then he just like thumbs over to top,
I also legitimately have an invite to join them. So
and he has an invite to join them.
So we walk in and say, hey, we're a team of people with superpowers, and we would like to sign up to help the Sovereign as our team. Wait, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea.
One question. What's a
Hmm.
super? What's a superpower?
This. And he's going to just, flash his hands out, and spines erupt all over his body.
Ooh.
And then he kind of just closes his hands and they disappear. There's no damage to his leathers. There's no damage to anything he's wearing. It just hovered out on top of it instead of growing from his skin.
You don't so much snick it; it kind of like apparates.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything flashy.
He's the reason I can turn invisible.
Ah! Hands on shoulder. Disappears.
I can spin real quick.
Everybody
I
saw that last
know.
time.
Everybody.
I know.
Also, I can't believe that idea actually came out of my mouth, Cleopas, that there's gotta be something wrong with it. My ideas never work out. Ever.
You mean the idea that I just said of walking through the front door?
I mean, yeah, but you just said walking through the front door.
I didn't necessarily. I didn't. Yes, it's your idea. You did great. I'm so proud
Terribly
of
original.
you. Finally
No!
had
No, there's gotta be
such a
something
good
wrong with it!
idea.
Cleopas, there's... God damn it.
Well, no
There's gotta
doubt
be
we
something
can't-
wrong with it. None of my plans actually fucking work. Please find the fucking problem.
Here's a problem for you. You guys ran away. As did I.
Actually, we didn't really.
We were
Run.
mostly. Well, they were mostly chasing them. I wasn't really.
I mean...
Well, yeah, y'all were running because they tasered the crap out of you. Places.
Yeah, but we didn't go far. We were still. We're still in the premise.
No, we were Audi 500, man.
Yeah.
I mean, as long like if you guys don't mind changing your costume, they don't really know what you have for superpowers, right?
True.
They would have seen some spines.
Changing my costume? This is a family tradition.
Family.
You take that
What's
back.
What's a family?
You'd have seen TV back when you were working in the
I'm
lab.
just kidding. I've seen Full House.
That's the perfect family.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Full House intro somebody did where they took the mustached guy from Parks and Rec and put his face on everybody?
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
God.
I mean, the baby, everybody.
That's fantastic.
It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
I gotta come up with a shitload of like pop culture references from like the 90s.
Not too hard. There's the beautiful thing called the internet.
So
It would really have been the, 3 or 4 years ago would be as far
Oh,
back as we'd
so-
have to go.
So then like
You're
I don't
gonna
know.
start making Futurama and Family Guy references because that's probably what was on.
No. It would have been Fuller House. I would have watched Fuller House and then would have been like, what's Fuller House? And then Full House and then make that connection. I like Full House better.
So we go in with the invitation and state that we want to join up as a team.
All right, so that is your plan.
Well, the Phantom isn't very happy about it, but
I
I
mean,
guess that is-
Gladio's not very happy about it either, but it gets us into Storm Chaser HQ to maybe sneak around and go find the information that we need.
Aussie has demands, but he doesn't know that they're demands. Or what a demand is. No, he's seen 24.
What do you mean you have demands?
Yeah. I'm sorry, that was out of
Okay. Probably a good thing that's out of character because Gladio would be like, what the fuck do you mean you have demands? Well,
Hmm.
oh man, I
Not-
really, really hope that my... Cleopas, I really hope that she's not our mother.
Ooh, what?
This is gonna suck.
Don't worry about it.
You have your mom in there. It's easy. In there, you have an in. You have an in.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't help that she doesn't really recognize us.
Nope. Didn't recognize the family get-ups either.
Thought we were fans. Which, actually, yes, a different outfit would be a good idea. Family tradition or not, I am not getting in as a fanboy.
That'd be your superhero name, the Fanboy.
We have our superhero names.
Which we will also maybe just need a cover for now.
The Fanboy.
Fine.
You're gonna go hit Hot Topic on your way over there.
Yeah.
No, we're just gonna show up in our motorcycle leathers. Come on now.
What's up? We're the motor boys?
We're the motor boys.
Fuck, I hate that.
I don't like it.
What's your price for flight?
Oh, yikes.
Oh man.
You guys can go in as your super selves. I'll just go in as a soldier, moving cargo here.
It's pretty hard to get close to fit me.
I don't think you need to worry about clothes that much, but we could probably get you a cape.
I'm pretty like box shaped here.
All right, so y'all plan to just stroll up to Storm Chaser HQ.
Yeah, while you guys can get in, I can try and work my way around with my powers.
Should
But I'll just go under the cover as a veteran, helping moving this guy.
What?
Because they haven't
not the
seen
tar-
my face.
Not the tarp again.
But if you roll up into their base with your face out, they're gonna be able to figure out who you are.
That's what I said, a veteran. They won't.
If things go south in any shape, form, or fashion, and the entire team bugs out, there's gonna be questions they'd be asking your civilian ID.
Well, I mean, they're going in and they have to ask for their identity, if I remember correctly. Ask you to remove their.
That's true. If you sign up, you'd have to tell them who you were.
So either way, I don't like this plan. Either way, because Phantom doesn't like it. But
I guess the question is, if your plan is to go in like you're signing up, what are you actually planning to do once you get in there? Because revealing your identities is going to be one of the first things they demand.
I'll give it up. It's fine. It's not like they really know who we are in that sense. I'm not saying maybe Detective Top shouldn't go in. Can astral project in, ask some questions while everyone else is distracted somewhere else.
Just have him meet him in the house.
That's also another idea we could do, yeah.
It's either that or we go to the EDZ. The easy.
Easy.
The easy. Yep.
Let's do that, or we can try and intercept another crew before another team gets it.
Mm-hmm. But we've got a set of people that are already captured, so...
Well, I know.
We're here to sign up, but let us talk to your prisoners first.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
Detective Top, you said you have astral projection, right?
Yes.
And you can be invisible while astral projecting?
For the most part.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to be able to get through if they have any psychic, because I was able to feel him when he was nearby. At least I felt the same presence before.
Now, Tom, I had a couple sessions ago. I'd mentioned to you, or last session, a couple weeks ago, whenever. You had done a little bit of research on the Storm Chasers, and to your knowledge, they did not have a psychic on the team. You were still very cautious about it. To your knowledge, they do not have a psychic.
Actually, would I have come across anything while looking for information on Clavium? About
Basically
the
the same.
composition?
Yes, and again, as far as you know, there was no reference to them having a psychic.
Okay. If they do have any sort of psychic abilities, Phantom, it's going to be minimal at best. There's nobody in that team that's specific to that. They're all weather type. That's why they're called the Storm Chasers. Although it's always good to be cautious. But anyway, we can get you in there and give you a 20-minute window. You can phase, can't you? You say that you could phase.
What I'm thinking, what we could do is I'll give you the keys to my truck. You and your brother can take Big Boy here in with you. And so if anything happens, you can break out with him. While me and Dr. Top can go deal and try and find the prisoners. If you want to go that route.
True.
We could scout out the place for a while, see what we can find. Use Top here as our astral projector and figure out any movements of, say, janitorial or other staff. And I can see if I can infiltrate perhaps one of the janitorial systems. You know, get into one of the vans or something and get on an outfit and key card and get into their place if necessary. Or I can phase through, but we'll have to see if there's any fortifications or anything. He's trying to be tactical because he's thinking as a soldier here. Because he's done infiltration before.
Went work.
I mean, that's what he was with, was the Phantom program.
Well, I only have one name, and it's not like it's gonna bother me to give it up.
I think you told Captain Thunder who you were anyway.
Yeah. So I don't have a secret identity, whatever that is.
We could probably get you guys 20 minutes.
Well, let's scout out the place first. We'll use Top to investigate to figure out where the prisoners are being kept, if nothing else. And if they do have a psychic, at least to give us a heads up. That is my suggestion. And then, once we figure out where the prisoners are, we can then take this opportunity to distract them or have Top try and investigate them himself.
Can I change my outfit so he doesn't know exactly that, like, he doesn't know, like, none of them would know I can astral project. So if I change my outfit, he wouldn't know that it's me who already gave a warning to.
I think...
Yeah, because your outfit is mostly just a trench coat, mask anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, the difference between Detective Top and this person is he's actually wearing a superhero outfit.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's the best disguise.
I mean, also, Thunder doesn't have any psychic powers that we know of, so he wouldn't be able to visually confirm. It would have to be the psychic or whoever telling him, hey, this is what I saw. But, you know, changing outfits probably would be a wise idea as well, because mask and a trench coat might be very telling.
Yes.
So okay. One more time. Go over the plan with me.
we're going
All
to
right.
go and stake out Storm Chaser HQ,
Okay.
and then we're going to attempt to infiltrate. If we can't find a good opening, then you, me, and Cleopas are going to go in under the guise of wanting to join, which will give Phantom and Detective Top about 20 to 30 minutes to find the prisoners, get the information we need, and get out.
Ooh, I like this episode.
Unless we go explore, see if we can find anything. If there's a psychic, we're screwed. But besides that, we're fine. And at that point, if you need to go do anything else in there, I could just talk to them because I've already been invited. So you guys just strolling up.
Well, that's why we're going to investigate it first. If nothing else, if we get an idea of our enemies, how their guards change, see if there's any access points and such that we can get through, especially for you and me, Top. And if there is a telepath, it would be nice to know, because if they detect you, then we might be able to, we'll pull you back. And then you can, if needed, you can go in and say, hey, I was just checking out to see this place at a time. Want to join?
Yeah.
But I think first we need to learn about our enemy first before we
Mhm.
move against them. Especially if we need to know where their prisoners are.
I don't know if the Sovereign are our enemies yet. I just know they're being a pain in my ass.
To me, they took over the American government. I don't trust them. I serve this country, and I will not be interested in joining them, no matter even if it is under the guise.
Just gonna go with water.
Sorry, Jason. Why did the Sovereigns, go against the government? Was it corrupt politics?
The government was responsible for the event. They had been giving the super community assurances that the arcane objects that were being confiscated, that they had turned over to the government for safekeeping. That they were just being stored somewhere and guarded. I think the end of Indiana Jones is essentially what people thought was happening to him.
They're just in a warehouse somewhere.
But instead, they were experimenting on them and trying to cook up weapons.
Okay.
As the governments are wanting
And that's
to do.
really all the details the Sovereigns have given about it.
Okay. Gladio's going to kind of give Phantom that information. Not because he wants him to change his mind, but because he thinks that Phantom deserves to be fully aware of what happened while he was out.
Well, he knows. He researched the whole thing ahead of time.
Yeah,
But
he's heard all the official reports.
all the official information and all that. But he also got to realize he is a patriotic American, so he believes, in all the things, and he believes the sovereigns are tyrants for, taking over the government, basically overthrowing the original democracy, or the republic, or whatever you want to call it. You got to realize you're talking to a jarhead here. You're talking to someone who really cares about, the Constitution, the government. He's one of those people. The gun-toting.
The core is still around.
But
It's got a soldier somewhere.
so, he's very, patriotic kind of person. And, he still believes that the real government is out there somewhere in hiding. He thinks the sovereigns are a phony government.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to change his mind on that because he's already set on that.
That's fine. Gladio thinks you're a bit of a nut job, but that's fine. Mostly because if the government was for Gladio, because he was never really into the military, and they were always private security with his family. So Just the idea that you would follow blindly in a government that decided to experiment with relics they were supposed to just be keeping safe seems really stupid.
Well, given the fact that he was experimenting himself, but
Yeah.
he blames the jarheads on that. Not jarheads. He blames the eggheads on that. That's what he
Yeah.
calls them, eggheads. He doesn't hold the government responsible for that. He thinks that it was the eggheads who were messing around. I mean, that's his thought. You got to realize he is.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
A lot of my family's in the military. I get it.
Yep.
That doesn't change that Gladio
Mhm.
thinks he's a bit of a nut job. But
Fair enough.
Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
Having said his piece, he's at least done his attempt at duty of information.
All right. So essentially, y'all gonna
What?
load back up and head towards Kansas City.
I guess so. We're gonna try and move this big guy.
All
I
right.
guess.
So you swing back. I'm sure the twins swing back by the safe house to pick up, Clavium's motorcycle and gear. Let's see. Now, the twin. Well, Fee's not here. Were the twins going to bother with putting on different costumes, or since they're just going in as a distraction, just go in wearing what they were wearing?
Cleopas was. If Gladio goes in, he's just going in plain clothes.
Okay.
Because he's not going to change his costume. It's family tradition.
Well, if he goes in plain clothes, they'll have his face.
He's aware.
If we're going in with plain clothes, I'll go in with. No, I was thinking I would come in costume. Sorry about that. I'm back.
I started hearing a voice like I saw no one.
Wireless headphones.
Sorry,
suck
the
up.
invisibility is going.
She finally figured out how to turn herself invisible.
So we're gonna try and figure out, a point where we're far enough away that if they detect Top, so we're gonna try and find a hide spot. Maybe these two got. Well, actually, no. That probably wouldn't be a good idea if one of their family members had knowledge of their hideaway houses. So we'll have to make do with some different places. I assume you told Phantom that your family had like hideaway houses and such, and that you might have a family member.
No, the only thing that you know is that they're under the suspicion that their mom is there, but their mom doesn't recognize them.
Okay.
But they don't mention the safe houses. They don't mention beyond that the family business was private security with supers. They don't really mention more than that.
All right.
At least Gladio doesn't.
I assume the other twin doesn't either. So, okay. Well, then probably what Phantom's going to do is he's going to try and figure out cash-only motel, hotel kind of places again. The kind of places that, have limited security cameras, limited things.
Yeah, easy to find in any major city.
Exactly.
Highlight.
Somewhere, far enough away from the sovereign's fortifications, their stronghold, but close enough that Top could get, astroplane there and get back if needed.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I don't know how far I can astral project. Isn't it like ridiculously far?
I'm not sure there's a limit on how far you can get from your body.
We would just have
Essentially, you move at a speed based on your astral projection. It's either equal to the rank or a rank or two lower. I forget.
Can I stay on vehicles and stuff, or no?
You're kind of floating, so I guess you could.
Let me see here.
You also don't have a mask though, so you probably wouldn't.
So flight and phasing at your power level is what it says.
Yeah, so flight is at his power level, so benchmarks. And you've got 5 ranks of that or 4?
5.
So he's Speedy Gonzalez. Zoom.
Yeah, you can keep it with a helicopter.
Oh shit!
It specifies a fast helicopter, so
So you're doing with a Chinook, probably. Or
a mid flight or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Cool.
In my regular game, that's something they regularly laugh about is what's a fast helicopter.
I'm just thinking of those military choppers that flew over my head just the other day.
I live in a military city. That happened every.
Well, I think it's funny to fly over Farmville. So it's like, oh, hi, how you doing? So, all right. So that's what we'll do. We'll try and find a place, doesn't ask too many questions and takes cash. Unless the twins have want to do anything.
You find when you think of work, it's it's like it's a long building, and then they have a second one back behind that. So you got one right up facing the street, and then another one that's a little more secluded. Strangely, the rooms on that back half cost a little extra.
Jeez, I never would have guessed why.
They know their clientele so well.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to dish out a little extra.
And other than just right around the office, there are no cameras.
Okay. He's gonna wear his sunglasses and hat, but no bandana. But buy one of the more expensive rooms. I guess I don't know how much are the more expensive rooms.
This is a fairly cheap place. Period. But
Okay. So
it doesn't quite have hourly rates listed, but you bet if you asked, you could probably find out what the hourly rates were.
Throw them a little something. It occurs to Austin Durta that he could just. He's not going to.
That he could what?
He just push a door hard enough and.
Your microphone's a little bit too far away.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
I have to keep doing that because I'm hyper conscious of my breathing
Understood.
because I can't breathe through my nose. Fun fact.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
high school
nose goes that way. Anyway, Aussie was saying it occurs to Austin that he could just apply enough force on a door and it just kind of opens.
Are you doing that to one of the things?
I'm not doing that, but it just occurs to him, and he's like, "Why are they paying? I could just open a door."
So, unless the twins want to throw in some money, I think my character will then, buy a room for us to stay or two.
Okay.
Probably the twins can get their room and
top
and rest of us.
Yeah.
So I'm not even in the tarp anymore. I'm just walking.
Yeah, walking tarp, fun.
No, he's not in the tarp anymore. He's just walking.
Oh joy.
You arrive at night, so luckily there's not very much traffic around.
There's no cameras. Just what are they? They're gonna be. It's gonna be like seeing Bigfoot or something. Whatever.
What is the time frame between these hits have been?
It has varied some. There's always been enough time that you could potentially drive the distance. Between one city and the next. It's been 2 days, 3 days since the one y'all interrupted.
I think it's been because when the twins found us, it was
the next day.
2 days. The next day after. Since I helped him escape the night of to get to.
So we're at day 2 after.
And the end of day 2, pretty much.
Okay. So you get there, late. I mean, I say late. You get there 10-ish or so that night when you make it into Kansas City. When you get your hotel room.
Yep, and he's wearing his sunglasses that night. Let's buy a room.
Yeah, there's suspicious there.
Hey, they know their clientele.
Little bored dude behind the counter didn't even bat an eye. Oh, sign here. Is it going to be a John Doe or a John Smith? Oh, John Smith. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You notice a lot of John Smiths and John Does listed.
So, yep. So we'll get Big Boy and Top and us into a room, and then the twins will get their room.
All right. And you were going to send Top in.
Astrospectral to go take a look at the fortification.
All right.
If he's up for that.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Then y'all watch it as Top, lays down on her bed or sits down in a seat or something, just kind of goes.
Yep.
As I've seen this a couple of times now, I'm gonna be like, "Don't worry, I keep your body safe." As he goes, "Whoop."
All right. You've got the street address for the Storm Chasers HQ. It's downtown. As you arrive, it's not heavily fortified. There is like an 8-foot wall that runs around to kind of keep, to keep the general public at bay. There's guard stations at the gates in. It's a fairly large building. It was clearly an office building that's been retrofitted for their needs. There's a helipad on top. There's security patrolling the grounds outside. Not anything too heavy. From previous research that these sorts of bases for various teams, you will have specialized equipment, kind of the SWAT guys that can roll out if somebody powered shows up.
Okay.
But if a real attack happens, they really depend on the team in each of these bases to defend the place. There are weapon mounts up on the corners on the roof. Though they don't just sit there with the guns out all the time, but you know what they are.
You know what they're about.
Yeah. You don't see any video cameras, but you assume there's probably plenty of them. They're just small and high tech as opposed to the abandoned warehouses and cheap hotels y'all been going to.
He went from thick RCAs to like that one little black thing.
Or just little squares like that are actually recessed into the building.
Does Top know if he gets caught or not on like cameras when he's astral projecting?
No.
If he chooses to become visible, I believe he does.
Okay.
If he's if he's going kind of invisible, then yeah, they should be able to see. All right, Top, how you going to go about this?
I'm just gonna walk in, go check stuff out.
Okay. You walk to the gate. Guards don't notice you. You walk to the front door. There's a lady behind the receptionist desk. She doesn't notice you. She's typing on something. You see her answer the phone.
So regular secretary stuff.
Beg your pardon?
So like a regular secretary stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
She is not costumed or anything like that. Back behind her, there is a door to the stairwell as well as a couple of elevators.
Is
And,
it
there's hallways off to the side, and, like I said, it's a good sized building.
okay. Can I just Is there like any signs telling me like what stuff is around this floor, or is it just like
There's a sign telling you where the cafeteria is. A sign telling you where their media offices are. You assume that's probably the guys that handle setting up interviews and what have you.
I'm just gonna like phase through the floor, see if there's any basement levels. Is that possible?
You drop down. There is. The level below you seems to be a lot of equipment, a lot of computer equipment. There's server rooms here. They have a security office down here that's monitoring all the cameras throughout the facility. Dropping down below that, you have some store. You have mostly storage, as well as a heavily fortified trophy room, where you have various, gizmos and gadgets and pieces of armor and all kinds of stuff from various fights they've been in.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty typical superhero kind of setup, truthfully. Dropping down below that, you get into a prison area.
Alrighty, so that's the important part.
They don't seem to keep any regular prisoners here. It's all powered. From the look of it, all these cells are set up to handle powered people.
I guess I'm gonna take a look more on the third floor, see if I can find anything, or like the third basement level.
Below this level, let's see, what will be the next floor down? The only thing you find below this would be like a subway access.
Okay, can I explore the third floor, see if I can find anything?
You mean the third sub basement?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can poke around. Let's see. Just one second. It just suddenly occurred to me, I'm not sure Kansas City actually has subways.
They could have their own.
They do. So the first article I saw about it was talking about how they're not very good. Anyway. They seem to have 6 or 7 cells occupied at the moment. There's a heavy amount of security down here. All the guards in regular patrols are in what looks like full SWAT gear with various high-tech weaponry. The people in the control booth look more like your typical prison guards. Let's see, it was 10 when y'all got to town, so it's probably 11 or so at night. So it's lights out. They've got the regular lights in the cells are turned off. The cells don't have bars, it's big, thick, reinforced doors. They've got the little eye slit thing that can slide open. And a larger one down waist level with like a little shelving where they can slide food in.
Okay. Can I walk into cells and see if there's anyone that we fought the other night there?
You can walk into some of them.
Some?
Only some. There's a couple of the doors you try to go through and something blocks you.
Okay.
When you touch it to try to go through, it feels like when you were a kid, did you ever take one of the square 8-volt batteries and stick it to your tongue?
Yes, when I was a kid.
Yeah, when you were a kid, I'm not expecting you to have done it recently.
No, I've had to check if the battery was dead. It was just a lot easier to lick it.
But that's what it feels like, kind of on your hand, though.
So yeah, I totally get it.
Tingly, tingly.
I've gotten what is it? Liquid nitrogen on my hands. I know how that feels. Is it something like that?
I hope not. 'Cause
That doesn't sound like something you should be playing with barehanded.
Actually,
No, but
it's treatment for warts.
not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
mine was more used for propane.
Yeah.
Burned like a motherfucker.
Yep.
I have heard that it does.
I still have the scar.
But anyway, it's kind of dark when you step in. Give me an awareness roll, see if you can figure out who anybody is.
Okay.
Respectable roll.
Not bad, not bad. Roll with the difficulty you have to beat.
Oh, tied.
Woohoo! All right. One of the rooms you go into, you can tell for sure that nobody is there. The villain.
Oh, nobody. The villain. Okay.
He was the guy that was driving the forklift in a very generic-looking outfit. But when he activated his powers, he became kind of Sparkles.
All right. Cool.
He was the one that he was trying to say. He was the one that tried to mind control people. He was clearly in some kind of energy form. Physical attacks didn't do anything to him, but Captain Thunder's lightning seemed to affect him more or less normal. But you can tell it's him because he has this big apparatus on his head. And it has got some LED light, so you can make out just enough of his features to tell it's him.
I don't know if this makes me really dark, but I kind of hope it's like a reverse bear trap. I'm not gonna lie.
What's that now?
The reverse bear trap from Saw.
Yeah, I
No.
know that's really dark.
Truthfully, it looks
Wow.
more like a VR headset.
Oh, they have the view in here.
Except it doesn't cover his eyes.
All right, makes more sense. Just yeah, I'm dark.
Mm-hmm.
You're valid.
I liked yours too, Sev. Or Seb, just so you're aware.
But he appears to be sleeping, but he twitches in his sleep a lot.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Says the guy
Uh,
who's watching him while he sleeps.
Standing over him in a dark
Got a lot of
room.
weird.
Man, he's creepy.
I'm just trying to get
Got a lot of
information.
creep going on.
I'm just trying to get information, okay? Not just feel like, yes, sleep,
Hey.
sleep.
If somebody's
Like-
stalking a pop star, they're just wanting information.
Their blood
You know,
type,
where does
their
she-
height, their weight, their credit card
Where does she
number,
live? What is she dressed in? What does she look like with her clothes off? It's just information.
Yeah.
Jason, that doesn't hold up in the court of law, and you know it.
Well, the courts are corrupt. I think we all know that.
Jason, is there something you need to share with the rest of us?
No, I'm way too lazy to stalk somebody.
All right, so I'm just gonna slowly walk into the next room just because of this conversation. No,
The rest of the rooms you can get into are too dark for you to see who's in there.
all right, cool. So I'm not going back to that fucking sleeping boy room now anymore. Screw that.
Try to kick him awake. You're like, oh, right.
Gently pet him. Put your hand close to it.
Whisper to him from the dark. Don't scream.
I mean, you can actually talk to him.
no.
You can't talk to him.
I'm not gonna. Not right now. Just I want to explore more of the building before something happens.
Fair enough.
You are the something that's happening.
I want before something happens to me. I'm gonna go down another floor and see where that tunnel leads to.
They seem to have a private subway car.
Is there any
That's
way?
handy.
Is there any way we can access it? And there's any cameras that I can see?
Give me an awareness roll.
Please be good. All right.
Yes, you do spot a few cameras. They're pretty well concealed, but you find them.
I've been to Walmart. I know where.
These tunnels have. You ever been in a store when the power goes off? The way the emergency lights come on. You know, a lot of times the ones that'll be over the exit sign or whatever.
Yes.
It's lit with those. There are more lights kind of running down the center. Maybe they're motion motion sensors or something, or maybe they got to be flipped on. But you have some very minimal lighting in here.
Does
OSHA
astral
regulations or something.
projection trigger? Does astral projection trigger motion detectors?
Not when he's invisible for sure.
Okay.
If he chose to become visible, I'm not sure.
I mean, I can't.
He's still
interact.
making motions.
I
Yeah.
can't, but I can't interact at all with the material plane. So I'm not sure if I would.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like the wind goes by and it goes off and you get nervous.
How many floors up is it, or is it like a mainly lower?
Oh, it was an office building. It's about 10 stories tall.
Jesus.
Some of that, just kind of in general, that some of that's going to be living quarters. The team has a gadgeteer, so he's going to have some kind of lab somewhere. There's going to be an armory somewhere. Of course, maintenance has to have space for their stuff.
I'm gonna use the stairs and time myself to see how long it would take to get from a jogging pace from the third floor to the top floor, to the
Okay.
entrance.
I have no idea how long that would be in a 10-story building, but you figure it out.
But I meant I meant from the entrance to bottom third floor.
You, the character, figured that out. The DM has no idea.
I mean, I'm assuming.
Trust me. I do not look like somebody that runs up and down 10-story buildings, I assure you.
Oh, I just meant from the entrance to the cell room.
Oh, okay.
Like how long does it take to get there and out?
Probably how many
If somebody's
stories
having to
is it?
walk physically through there, okay, I got you.
How many stories?
Running, if being able to just run through the doors, yeah, it doesn't take you very long.
Oh, there's a bunch of doors in the hallway as well.
Getting down to the prison level, oh yeah.
Makes sense.
There's all kinds of security checkpoints and stuff before you get to any of the prisoners.
Okay. That's more shitty. Sure,
I like to think that he has nobody right there that he can interview. And he's like, let me take a jog real quick.
Well, my job's recon. I'm trying to figure out all the information as possible for my group.
Maybe you've just been stalking nobody all this time. I've been stalking him so long, I don't know what to think to him now that I got him alone.
He has to go jog to think about it.
If I explore the rest of the building, would it tell me how long it would take the supers to get down, if anything were to happen?
You know how long it would take them to get down with the stairs, not necessarily with the elevator. And poking around, you're pretty sure they have an express elevator from the living quarters to the ground floor.
Okay. Alrighty, so I guess I'm gonna go back and scare the shit out of the guy in the cell.
As far as you know.
So I'm gonna how thick are the walls? Because if I can hide myself into the walls, so the other cell can't see me, so that would be.
They're pretty thick and reinforced. So yeah, definitely the width of a human body without any trouble.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stick myself in the wall and poke my face out and make myself come visible, but only my face. I mean, so they only can see my face.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start talking to him.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be freaky.
Well, it's.
I understand. Still,
I don't
Wake
know.
up,
You
bitch.
you are talking to nobody.
Yeah, fuck yes.
He rouses up and he rolls over, looking at where the voice is coming from. But it's a dark room, so he can't see anyway. Who's there? Who is speaking?
Can I just be like one of the guys who beat the crap out of you? Would that be rude?
I think that would be a good way to not get him to talk to you.
It's not wrong.
Is that what you tell him, though?
No, apparently not.
It's up to you. I'm just being
You tell them whatever you want, man.
Yeah. We're not there to help you.
Would Detective Top say it like that?
No, definitely not.
What does Detective
There's
Cop
your
say
answer.
when he asks, "Who are you?"
I'm going to be very vague and say a friend looking to help.
Well, if you can get me out of here, I would certainly appreciate it. He's talking in a very low whisper.
I ask who else is there if they need help as well.
Let's see. He's there. 10 Count is here. Scrapper is here. And Starcrossed is here. Did the old man send you?
Oh shit.
Deep lore. Let's go.
Is there any way my character would know anything about the old man he's referring to?
Oh, you have no idea whatsoever.
All right.
I mean, you're already in this deep telling me you're a friend. You might as well just say yes.
They could also be a trick question.
I don't know any old man.
You always just be vague about it, like, you know, just a mutual friend once.
Or you could be honest. No.
Yeah.
Or you can be like,
I'm
do you
here,
want to
aren't
ask
I?
a question now? I was gonna say, yeah. You want to ask a question now, or do you want to ask a question after you've been freed?
That's a good one.
That's not bad.
All right, so you've got many possibilities. What does Top actually say?
I guess I'm just gonna. Fuck. I'm gonna say no. Just say like I don't know. Like, just say no that he didn't. He's not the one who sent me.
Then why are you wanting to help? I mean, I'll take any help I can get. Don't misunderstand me. But if you weren't sent here by our current employer, why are you here?
That gave me more information. Cool.
Deep lore.
I'm gonna say I've seen you guys get caught on the news, and your cause intrigues me.
If you don't know who's employing us, you don't know what our cause is. What do you think our cause is?
I just like stealing things, man. Like you guys steal. I like stealing. Stealing's fun. Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, give me a willpower roll as you're trying to deceive him.
All right. Glad I have good willpower.
Yeah, willpower is, of course, your
Core stat.
charisma, essentially. All right.
Oof.
Ooh.
Dang, we're having a lot of meats.
Does meat beat in this game?
Don't like that sentence.
I'd say could go either way. It's up to the
You're
DM.
welcome.
Against a static difficulty outside of combat, a lot of times a meat will get you a kind of a barely succeed. In opposed roles like this, it's just kind of a zero sum. He's not going to be convinced that you're lying, but he's not going to be convinced that you're truthful. You know, he's really just sitting there going, "Yeah, I don't know one way or the other."
Okay.
It's still indifferent.
So basically, you're looking to join a team. Well, I can assure you, if you can get our team out of here, we will definitely consider that a successful audition.
Okay. Cool. So Do I know how many cells there's there that besides the ones that I can't get into?
Well, there's several empty cells, but they've got their doors open. I said there was about 6 that are occupied, which is more than just his team, clearly.
Okay. Can I ask him if he would know any reason why he couldn't walk through a wall for any of his teammates?
Some of the rooms are shielded to prevent people that can become immaterial from getting out, or teleporters. They would almost certainly have Starcross in one of those, that she can do virtually anything with a little time to work on it. She would be the only one on our team that would need such shielding.
And you said there was 2 of those, right?
Yes. I mean, they would need it to hold me, if not for it. He kind of gestures. Well, you can't really see him gesture, but
I mean, you could because of the LEDs, probably.
that's right. You'd see enough to see that he, touches the headset.
It's like patting his own head.
With this hampering my mental abilities, I'm stuck in solid form. Otherwise, I'd be able to phase through walls.
All right. I guess I'm going to tell him that I'll be back. I'm going to try to get some more information.
Give me an awareness roll.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Solid.
Oh, wait, never mind. That's the other way around. We're good.
Even through the thick door of this cell, you hear the sounds of heavy boots hitting the floor.
From in another cell or at the hallway?
In the hallway, out in the hallway. A moment later, the cell lights come on, the door flings open, and there's a bunch of them guys in the SWAT armor.
Would I have had time to go back invisible?
Yes, because you made the roll and heard this, you could fade out, yes.
I'm going to fade out.
They come in, 2 of them are pointing their guns at nobody. The rest of them are kind of sweeping the room.
Oh, shit.
The one that seems to be in charge begins demanding of nobody. Who are you talking to? We heard you talking to someone. We heard 2 voices. Where did he go? And the guy, nobody starts making excuses. Are you? No, you went invisible. Your face is still sticking out of the. You've just gone invisible, right? Okay. The guy isn't buying nobody's excuses. He immediately gets on his comms. Activate the shielding on all cells.
Probably a good time to drop through the floor.
Give me a coordination roll.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. It's happening way too often, actually.
Roll 20's in a mood today.
All right. When they say that, what do you try to do?
I'm just going to stop my astral projection because considering how fast I can fly, it doesn't really seem that bad to get back there.
Okay. You feel the field start to kick in. You feel that kind of tingle. Basically everywhere except your face. Well, the front of your face. You feel it kind of going through your head. You feel where your entire body was in the wall. But you just feel it for a second as your powers deactivate and you wake up in the cover.
Okay, cool. I guess I should probably tell the group what I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably see Phantom just sitting in the bed, and all of a sudden he sees you wake up. He's like, "Oh, hello." He's back.
All right, so you share the information with them.
Yeah.
So
In
what
other
is
words,
the team's plan for the next day? Or later this night if y'all have something else you want to do.
Well, I'm going to ask if I could use telepathy on top to basically get a mental picture of everything he saw, since it's fresh in his head. If he's willing, it shouldn't be any.
Yeah, I don't think there's any role for that if the target is willing.
You might want to explain it first.
Yeah, I was going to tell him I have ability to read the mind, so I would like to see what you saw, if possible, at least what you can remember. That way, I have an idea of what you saw, because I could phase through stuff as well.
sounds good. And if you have a way to like show the whole group, go for it.
I can switchboard between each individual, but I can only do that with 2 people, so myself and one other. So I would have to collect your information and then switchboard to other people, if they're willing.
It would take a little time, but you could pass the information around.
Yeah, mental projection of all the floor plans and such that
Yeah.
you gathered.
So within a few minutes, everybody knows everything about the layout of this place and so forth.
Would you be able to do that with me?
I don't know. Are you smart enough to figure out floor plans? If I
No,
project
it's less that. It's more, are you able to tap into a conscience of an artificial construct?
You're still a conscious.
if
Yeah,
you're
the
so
powers
conscious-
don't say one way or the other. That can vary
Okay.
from setting to setting.
I mean, if I'm just inputting information instead of reading your head, I think you have to be able to process it.
Sure.
Everyone else have similar brain structure, so should be able to.
That's fair.
Did we find out who he was working for?
Somebody he referred to as the old man. He didn't particularly get the impression that was his actual name, but just something the group,
Yeah.
nobody's group probably called him behind his back.
Old man. Easy to punch.
I bet he breaks real easy. Oh, wait, no, it was old man Logan. He cut my hand off.
Yikes.
It was King Boomy. I'm now a jewel.
All right. So, we're not actually gonna free him, are we?
There's a good
No.
question.
That wasn't actually the plan. I was just trying to get more information.
Well,
Well, I guess the question is, do we want to continue to try and get information out of these prisoners? Or do we want to try and move on to our next target? And see if we can intercept some of these criminals again at another possible location between us and the EZ zone?
Well, we've gotten a lot of information here. But or some information here, I guess, but
To me, it looks like it is definitely a fortress for us to go in. Either we're going to have to go in, to submit ourselves, but even then,
Then how do you get back out?
exactly. If what they have there is a force field to shut down abilities to get through, I'm going to have a hard time getting through to some of these places. Because if they lock down the thing, I can't phase through it. I mean, if he was having trouble with astral projection, then I'll have difficulty getting through with phasing.
looks like they're just gonna keep the place locked down.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you? You're holding supers.
Don't understand
Now,
why you would.
Top did not have trouble getting through
any.
any of the rest of the building, just the cells.
That's where we need to be. That's the problem.
Mhm.
What if it's not?
Well, what do you recommend then?
What if all we need is to get into their database?
Good question. Well, we'll need an
You know
X.
good with computers?
No,
I
What?
am a computer.
true.
I'm just saying, what if we were able to get access to their database instead, and then we can get whatever information they have and sync it up with the information we have and maybe be able to stop this entirely?
Okay, well, how are we going to be able to get to their access to their systems? I mean, maybe if we can get our big boy over here into one of it, but I don't know any
Aw.
place where they would have access outside of that base.
Gladio's gonna walk over to the window and just kind of open the curtain a little bit. The tower's right there. Most systems these days work on clouds, which is ridiculously stupid. But if they're working on a cloud, that means there has to be an accessible network somewhere. And it may even be a wireless accessible network. And we have a giant machine who may be able to access it if we give him clear instructions on what to do.
But how is he going to be able to figure out?
I'm not so big on numbers, guys.
Don't need you to get numbers, just need you to grab information and we'll sift through it after.
No offense, but my time in the military, I know even there probably even is just basic encryption. How are we even going to be able to access it, even if we did get it?
Basic encryption?
Well, I
If
mean, even
that's-
in the military.
No, I understand. But even if that's super, like, there's a very good chance that if that is actually Clavium, and that is actually our mother, she's using the exact same code she's always used. Because that was a really bad habit of hers, which means we already have the encryption codes.
Well, that would be
gets us-
you would know her passwords, not necessarily encryption codes.
Well, yeah, but like it gets us in. Under her.
Theoretically.
It would get us in underneath her login, theoretically. Which then allows us to bypass any encryption codes because she's one of the fucking supers. She's one of the storm chasers.
It might be crazy enough to work, but we'll have to make sure.
Do you have any other idea on getting into their database without having to walk in and manually plug into their network?
Well, we'll have to figure out if they are using a wireless. So we'll either have to use Top again to take a look around and see if they have actual towers. Because based in my training, if you want to send out information, either it's going to be by tower or by cable. So you could probably look and see if there is
Bless you.
towers that they're using. Perhaps I can find out, maybe go to the town hall or something. Maybe they have possible wired connection maps or something around, and we can find a access point if they have wired cables.
There are visible antennas on the roof of the building.
Okay. So they could have air connection.
That could also just be for communication purposes. You don't know.
True.
But it is something you would have noticed scoping this place out.
Yeah, using the astral protection information.
Well, then that I think is our plan. We're gonna have Asna Durta attempt to log in with the login codes that Gladio is going to provide.
I'm just picturing him crouched over a keyboard with his big fingers.
Boom, 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 boom. It's like a
One at a
woodpecker.
time.
It's like the woodpecker in the water. Doop, doop, doop.
He doesn't know how to type. It's just hunt and peck.
Yep. Well, I think then for our team, we'll call it a night and then prepare to do this operation in the morning. You guys will try and do the airwaves, and my character will try and see if he can find internet, online, or go through the city hall to find, wireless, wired connection maps. Because if you're going to do any kind of infrastructure work, they would probably have to do some sort of permits and such.
Can I run some sort of diagnostic on myself to see if I have some sort of like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connectivity?
You don't.
Okay,
That would be a power you would have if you could do that kind of thing. Communication.
that's an actual power.
What, being able to interface with the computer at a distance? Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's actually a power called interface.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us from basically using you as a conductor connected to a device that we've got.
The man doesn't have USB ports on him.
He has
Did
Shakti powers.
I say USB? I said conductor. I did not say this was going to be pleasant, nor did I say we were not jury rigging something.
You're like doing the nipple clamps on him.
Hold still.
Osmond Eartha doesn't know why this is wrong, but he's got a strong feeling this is wrong.
I'm uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
I've seen enough movies to know where this is going.
Have you, though?
Yes, because that's all I fucking did.
When the professors didn't have you working. Then they
And
locked
then
you in
for
that
a long
room and the
stretch of
power went
period.
off. You know, you were there for a year and a half.
Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday. It went off during my favorite show, Oz.
All right. Should we
Well, that's
call
the
it?
plan.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, Ostadirtha's little electrical power shorts the fucking tower.
The whole thing just lapsed.
No, he just causes an entire blackout in the city. It's like, oh, what does this do? And then all of a sudden, click, click, click.
He
click,
could
click.
potentially use his electrical powers to power stunt for
It's more of an I thought we discussed
For
it was
machine
more of
control.
like an EMP pulse.
Yeah, power stunning is when you do other stuff other than just the standard.
Okay.
Like how I was able to get you through a roadway.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, it required a determination point, and you would have to have a aspect you could tap.
I'm pretty sure I do.
History with the
For like
Underworld.
actual hacking, I would argue history with the underworld.
Maybe fine engineering could potentially work. You definitely got something you could tap.
Yeah.
Either one of those would probably work.
Just because I've seen, maybe I've saw it on a show, and it's the one out of 500 shows that have hacking that actually works.
The fun thing is, computer use is an intelligence role, so I can't wait for you to try this.
Oh boy!
Oh God.
Oh,
Hey, he
no.
can roll a 6 and I can roll a 1 for his difficulty, so you know, it's definitely doable.
Could he get like help or something with us helping him? Because he's going to have the twins with him.
I don't know that anybody has got a computer skill actually.
No, I don't think so either.
Unless a computer is a weapon, that's a no from me.
It is if you're brave enough.
True.
No, you just
Yeah.
take your keyboard and like, come here, you.
I
Bong.
know for sure Maddie
Like that
doesn't.
scene from Wanted.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Fuck you.
I only have investigator and wrestling, so.
But yeah, if multiples of you are have access to the system, you can still assist each.
Yeah. So it's
In
not
theory,
a case of,
if one of them had it,
I mean, it's not a case of necessarily needing a power to hack, right? Because we're not technically hacking anything. We're trying codes that we're 90% sure are going to work.
I'm about to say, if your mother's code works, then yeah, it won't be an issue. Won't really be an issue.
Yeah, if it doesn't,
If her code
then
doesn't
we're
work.
fucked. Then this plan is a bust, and we're going to have to attempt to hack, and in which case it's going to suck. But if the codes work, who knows?
I used my energy control power to shut the shit down.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'll go over well.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't get any information from them, but I wiped all their hard drive.
So now
So as long as
we
they-
have more
as long as
information
they
than they do.
As long as they haven't backed it up to the cloud, it's good.
Okay, what's the nearest cloud place? Just kidding.
All right, so when you roll out the next morning, who is walking up to the front door going, I'd like to join?
I don't think we're doing that right now, are we?
Is that not the plan?
If the plan doesn't work and they can't get into the files, then I think we'd have to wait until Phantom and Top get back to discuss the next move. But I think the next move after that will be Gladio Cleopas and Orsna Dirtha heading in.
Investigating, it appears. Well, there are some computers in the place that are going to have internet access. It appears the majority of their system is a closed circuit system, meaning it cannot be accessed from outside. Now, like the receptionist desk, she has access to the internet. Some of the offices have computers that can, for sending and receiving emails or whatnot.
It's mostly an intranet type of thing.
Yeah. But as far as their secure system, yeah, it's physically separate from the internet or anything like that.
If he noticed an antenna, would he have noticed? Like just a random machine up there, Fallout style?
He did not talk about giving a real thorough search to the outside of the building.
Okay.
He didn't go through their living quarters or any of that.
Right.
We could keep sending him in with more information, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look for this, look for that. If Top wants to.
Hey, go to the roof real quick. See if there's a random terminal up there.
There is not.
Just like Fallout.
What do you mean, just like Fallout? Don't you mean just like that random terminal that was outside of the Stark Tower in the very first Avengers movie?
Yes. My references come from video games.
I don't know if that was random, though, or if that was something Tony put out there because that's where he landed.
Ooh, got him.
Time, Jason.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay, so you can't access the system remotely. And you were going to try to send Phantom and Top in to investigate some more before attempting any kind of Trojan horse activity.
Yeah, we were going to try and see if there's any
the Trojan horse.
Wired connections or anything into the building, such. But if you told me that it's all closed, there's no way we can probably get through.
All the secure stuff, yeah. Now, the plus side is a lot of times with closed systems, they get a little lax on the actual security on the system because you have to physically get into the place to get access to stuff. I've got a buddy that does cybersecurity for Boeing, and he complains about that all the time.
You just turn the machine on, and you're good.
It's not quite that bad, but
Walmarts are kind of that bad.
But so yeah, we'll wrap here for the day. Next week, we'll pick back up.
Woo!
With y'all deciding exactly how you plan to assault this place.
I like how it's just assaulting the place.
I mean,
We're going in.
It's superheroes. Even if these aren't bad people, there's going to be a misunderstanding fight at least.
Definitely, it's going to be a hard one to get in.
Well, getting in is not a problem. Your idea of knocking on the front door will get you in. It's getting access to anything and getting back out that's going to be difficult with that plan.
Exactly.
all right. So when we meet with our heroes next week, or our vigilantes next week, we will be attempting to storm the fortress that is the Storm Chasers HQ.
We're gonna storm the castle.
Good God. All right. So, as always, we would like to thank Jason, who is our DM for Icons. And we'd like to thank Jeremy, Valen, Daniel, and Seb for joining us tonight as our players, including myself. And so, don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be back with more Curse of Strahd, and then we'll be back Monday with our third episode of The Escorts, and back on Tuesday with another episode of Esper Genesis. I know that's not the name of the campaign, but it is a lot easier to remember than the actual name of your campaign. And I'm the one who friggin' put the overlay together.
Question: when you refer to your game as the escorts, do you do it like the Dungeons and Daddies podcast where they're like, "This is Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast."
No. No, we don't. We leave it ambiguous on purpose.
Huh.
It is done on purpose. Anyway, we'd also like to thank our 3 sponsors, D&D Beyond, Lucky Dice Cafe, and Station Retro? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The last 2 are found out in Huntsville, Alabama. If you're looking for a live game to play, go check out the 2 locations. Our DM, Captain Sack, is there running games from Wednesday to Sunday. So, without further ado, we will sign off. Be good to one another, and remember, roar for initiative.